I wonder if I should start. I don't know if it's worth starting again. Fuck it, we're gonna keep going. It's not what it's me. Do you know what I mean? That's my thing. It's just, it just. I noticed myself without Charlotte saved the day last time, but let me check that I can hear me. All I was saying there was, oh, my hair's giving it big lick. It's thinking like I've gave it major volume. When in all actuality, it was up in a clip, and I took it out. I might put the clip back in. No, oh, is it because it's on my earbud? I think it's because it's on my earbud. Wait a minute. Yeah, but wait a minute. I just want to check. I don't think you would be able to hear me. I was just saying, I don't know if I'll ever have my hair and makeup done again this year, and that sounds quite dramatic, but we all know that's not that big a deal because there's no that. Yeah, I did do it. I was chatting away at myself, and then I noticed. Oh dear. Right, so I'm going to be brutally honest with you guys. I don't really want to be here. Hello, Brandy. Welcome. So I don't really want to be doing this. There's a huge combination of reasons why, but I I can blame the fact that this full moon is in my eighth house. Eighth house is Scorpio, so we can feel like we're going through a bit of a mini death. I wouldn't put it that, I wouldn't say it's that deep because we're not actually at the. And how are you doing, Brandy? We're not actually at the full moon yet. It's like about 4 hours away, but it can be felt big time. And it's just quite intense. And but today, well, right now actually, earlier today and right now, it was right on top of my north node. And the north node is about your destiny. And a lot of people, the way I describe it, a lot of people aren't following their north node and they're stuck in their south node, they're stuck in the past. But I've been on my north node past. I'm sorry, well, yeah, yes, I do merge past, present, future all the time, but it's kind of like I've been on my North Node path for quite a while, but definitely, fully on it from 2020, that fated bullshit year, because that is when I put up my first shamanic journey. So although I'd had the channel 5 years, I don't count me fully being on it until I put them up, because that was when I was called to be fully of service and me putting those things up to help people. Although I've been helping people for 5 years previous on Facebook and Instagram and all that. But yeah, that's interesting to me because I'm not going to say loads about the full moon because, like I said, when I'm doing these star sign ones, I just want to get on with it because I usually dedicate at least 2 hours to both of them. So, and I'm going to do Gemini and I'm going to do Cancer because Cancer is over the weekend and Claire doesn't do weekends where possible. Claire actually doesn't do, I don't know why I'm speaking myself in the third person, but Claire actually doesn't do Fridays where possible too, which is why I'm doing today. I'm not great, but not bad. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, there's a real heaviness. Yeah, there's a real heaviness. But yeah, with me talking about my own North Node, um, it's completely, that is relevant to this. I mean, it's going to be, I don't know what I'm going to say, but all I know is every time I'm on, there's something that I'm saying that's going to be really important for somebody's past, present, or future. And like I say all the time, because it's Akashic records, it's some people's past, it's some people's presents, it's some people's futures. Unfortunately or fortunately, depending on what's said. Um, and with this being Gemini, but specifically this is a Gemini full moon tonight, um, there's the big theme I'd imagine it's going to come up is communication. Because I remember in the shorts, I don't know for what day, because it doesn't really matter, it's timeless. There was something about hearts to hearts. So this is a big energy for big hearts to hearts, and especially because it's the last full moon of the whole year. Obviously, things to do with love and twin flames and wrapping up karmic situations, but really just having important conversations with anyone where you don't want to drag it on into the next year. This is a big full moon for that because it is about communication in general. But yeah, because this full moon is like squaring the nodes, so the north node of destiny. Hello, La Unique 444. Are you new? It's like sometimes I'm like I can't because of the way the format of the screen name shows up. I'm like, have I met you before? Have I not? I'm not sure. So sorry if I have. Um, I'm normally quite good at remembering that, but I don't know. I feel like I've been a bit rusty lately. Um, so and tell me your name if you want to. You don't need to. I can call you La Unique. I quite like saying that. And 444 is my favorite triple number. Fun fact there. 144, but 444 as well. So yeah, so basically, in a nutshell, what that means is the North Node is in Pisces, right? Which is first time. I thought so. I thought I hadn't. So welcome, welcome. So I don't know if you're on the twin flame journey, but oh well, maybe because I put that in the title, that might have grabbed more people. But yes, I channel about the twin flame journey, but you're welcome to stay if you're not on that. And you never know what might make sense to you. Yeah, the North Node is in Pisces, so that's it, the collective destiny. And Pisces is the most mystical sign. It's psychic, it's spiritual, whatever. I always say spiritual is different things to different people. One person's spiritual can be all the stuff that I do, like mystical, magical, healing and cards and all, and then crystals and that. And then I've got a friend that, spiritual to her might be being in the garden, like grounding, and she's not actually into anything that I do. She believes in astrology, but that's it. She's a triple earth sign, so I'll forgive her. It's like she's just, she can't get her head around it. She doesn't want to actually. She's not interested in it. But I always think there's a bit of fear when people say that. But anyway, we can't, we can't assume. But but yeah, so and then also like the South Node is in Virgo. And Virgo is like, logical, analytical, perfectionist, healing, helping as well. But in this case, it's like this energy with this full moon in Gemini, and then like, opposing the sun in Sagittarius. It's like it's putting a real strong spotlight energy, because a full moon always put it this way, a full moon always like illuminates whatever's in your subconscious, your desires and your fears. So that's intense alone. But a supermoon, they say it's like, I think it's meant to be like 15 times bigger in the sky, but I always it's the energy as well is like more intense. And like I said, because it's the last one of the year, more intense. And but also, yeah, so it's kind of like what this is. And also, oh yeah, the biggest thing, sorry again, I'm not the because I'm like, I'm going to be a bit not rusty but sleepy, like I'm sleepy while I'm doing this, because I'm just being brutally honest that it's like I'm in my shadow, but that's fine because I've healed my shadow, so it's integrated. But I was when I came on the other day. It's I'm not going to be as like happy, clappy, yeah, woohoo, let's go. Except I think I was the other night anyway. I said that, and I think but it's kind of like, so I'm going to utilize that energy because, like I said, it's in my eighth house. So I'm more likely to be more Scorpio, Plutonian, more than what I always am anyway, and that's okay. And it kind of reflects the day that I've had, because I was up. I wouldn't normally say who I was working with, but because she said it on the chat, I had Tani's session this morning. So she's in Australia. So I was up early. And of course I didn't go to sleep until late. So it's like I'm tired, but it's like I said, it's when I was feeling into it, I'm like, do I not? And then I thought that's really funny because that is Gemini. It's like, do I do it now? Do I do it tomorrow? They'll do it later. And it's like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it tomorrow. I'll do it now. And then it's like I said, once I get into this, I'll get into it. But it's totally going to be part of the energy, especially when I do Cancer, because Cancer is, it's cuddles, cozy, cups of tea. It's absolutely sitting in your dressing gown, house coat, whatever you call it, on YouTube. But we'll forget the YouTube bit, sitting cozy, not your creature comforts, whatever that is for you. And it's family, soul family, feelings. But the shadow side of Cancer is like depression, sadness, feelings. It's just whatever feelings. And then I just caught my throat got caught there, like when you're going to cry. And I don't feel like I'm going to cry, but that might be indicating when I get on to Cancer, it's going to be a tearjerker. Um, but yeah, I really do feel that the kind of mood that they've got me in will fit for when I do that one, because I'm still in shock about this morning. I mean, it was amazing mediumship from a professional point of view, but from a human soul point of view, heartbreaking, like completely heartbreaking. So, you know, Tani had said I'm not going to go into loads of detail, but I was, you know, there was a young boy that I'd brought through, and that blew my mind because exactly the way I described them on the live stream, I don't know when it was, last week sometime. And she was gone, and I thought she was. She'd either fallen asleep because it was like 5 in the morning or something, or um she'd went off. But I didn't think she was there because it was right towards the end. And I'd said I didn't know whether I was going to be able to connect with him or not. Um, just because I was, it was Ed. But actually, when I'm tired, I'm like, I mean, so they might come in again. I think they will come in again. I think this is going to be. I wouldn't be surprised if quite a lot of guys in the spirit world of all different ages come in to teach about men's mental health and stuff. Because basically, I'm not going to go into the complete details, but all I'm going to say, I'm kind of going to hint around that. They were able to speak through me to say how they died, and it was very specific. And I'm not just talking, that I don't like using that word that we're meant to use, right? But that way, right? Both of these guys went that way, but there's loads of different ways in which you can choose to do that, if you know what I'm saying. So it's just, and they're doing it again. There's a lamp. I really don't know if people are going to get, well, I'm going to be cryptic, but there's something in my room that's a particular shape. There's a lamp in my room that's a particular shape. And yeah, the way that they drew my eyes to that to be able to explain what it was just, yeah. She'll still be in shock, and I'm in shock. I mean, it's just amazing that they were able to say it, but obviously it's just really, really fucking sad. You know what I mean? So really sad. And it's just, but also to bring in a bit of humor, I'm laughing at like the wee boy, the 15-year-old was like, sorry for calling you if well, there shouldn't be 15-year-olds watching this channel, and definitely not any younger. But the teenager, the way that he was describing himself was quite good looking and cheeky, and but with a sensitive side. I was like, I described him like that again. I was like, you really need to watch the end of that live stream. I don't know when it was, but I'll try and find what one it is and show her. But he came through again the same way. And then I was like, have you got a picture of him? Because he's wanting me to see a picture. And I was gobsmacked because it's exactly how I was seeing him. Like he was a really good looking wee teenager. And yeah, I could just see the gentle sides. I could see his soul. You know what I mean? I could see who I was talking to. Um, and also the other kind of crazy thing is like I've got family members that are twins. Oh my God, Gemini, the twins as well. And they were, I mean, they're older men now, but they were really good looking, really could have been models. I think actually one was a model at one point. But like that, those unfortunately that wee boy being a twin, like they when I saw the picture, it reminded me of them when they were younger. And he was and I yeah, the things that they were using in my life to because they were taught. Yeah, there's loads of things. I'm not going to go into all of it because it'll be kind of not to be disrespectful to them, but it'll be kind of boring because it's you don't know. But I'm just sharing a little bit about it about like to be able to like I'd said to because again this is what it's kind of awkward for me, but it's like for people that have never been to a medium before, I feel it is important that I kind of go into this. If you think about it, with this being Gemini and communication, and my North Node about your destiny, being in Gemini communication, being in the eighth house, death, mediumship, also the shamanism part of me, and also having it means it's my destiny to speak about taboo topics and do different things. Like I've got a different unique calling, especially as well the way I make money too. Like my money placements in my chart when you look up what my placements mean, it's like, oh, the natal will do something very different and unique that others may even frown upon. I think it's for you know what I mean. But it's kind of like, look, I'm sorry, but nobody can ever convince me that what I done this morning is not something humbling, honouring, and special. Because I know how the heaviness that Tani has been carrying from the grief of both these family members. Um, and not just her, obviously the other family members and the community really. And it's something that, you know what I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I do, you know, it's okay if I start crying on this because it's, you know, I do it when it comes out, but it's just it's, you know, there's been things over the years, like yeah, over all the years where I live, where whether it's been people that I've knew well or knew a bit or had connection to or not known at all. There's one guy that comes in that helps me quite a lot of stuff I do. I never even knew him. Like I didn't like I knew of him and I knew people that knew him, but I didn't even know him. It's like there's quite a few, and like I said, it's a weird one because everyone knows this. It's followed me for a while. There's quite a lot of guys and quite a lot of guys that would have fallen in with the wrong crowd and stuff. It's not all of them, but quite a lot of them fell in with the wrong crowd. Um, and I mean, I'll just kind of leave it at that with quite a lot of people. But it's, you know, it's with a guy that the guy I didn't even know. Like, I know actually. Oh, I was just. Oh my God, Tania, I was just about to say. I feel like you're going to come on because of what I'm saying. Because I'm just basically all I've said is I'm still in shock and really moved about earlier, and that I'm, you know, I won't go into any more than what. Well, you can see on the replay. I don't know if you've just been watching me say that bit, but you know, I'm just kind of the bits that are relevant for everyone else are just the, you know, boys and men's mental health. And I slept for like after we got up. It's quite funny because I was meant to be doing something. I mean, it's not like a big deal, but I'm just on top of it with a lot of business stuff right now. So I like, you know, because I'm in all these business groups and that, I like going on these business webinars and stuff. And but it turns out I'd actually had to cancel part one of the part two. So I thought there's no point in watching part two if I've not even seen part one. and and so I thought I'll just go to sleep. So I just basically, you know, chilled for a bit and then I went to sleep after. So I had about a 90-minute nap, but I thought I better get up now. Um, and I had quite a lot of weird dreams and stuff too. But it's just, you know, it's kind of it floors you a bit, you know what I mean? Because I'm just kind of like it is kind of amazing that I've just been connecting with two souls, you know what I mean? I just that I never get used to that. Um, and that's what I mean. I think that's kind of like where I'm because I'm so deep. I'm like, you know, a lot of mediums are very kind of like bing bang bosh. Here's the evidence. This is how they died. This is their message. They love you. They thank you. See you later. And that's not me. I mean, we were sitting there for hours again, maybe. But it's like absolutely no regrets. Like I love it. Like you know what I mean. It's like I didn't want to say goodbye to them either. Like it's and it's clearly, you know, it's going to come into this because with the older guy, there was a lot of love coming through for his partner, and I felt that really deeply. So that was powerful. It's going to come into this. I can tell they're going to use it, come into this. So grateful for the messages that came through. It was so good. I fell straight to sleep. Yeah, I'm not surprised you did because again, this is the other weird thing that happens, people, right? In the days leading up to talking to somebody, I said this in the last live, but just for anyone that's new, in the days leading up to somebody, I mirror them. So, like you mirror your twin flame, I mirror whoever I'm going to be working with. Um, so I worked out from what Tania had said that, you know, I had been mirroring like my sleep pattern and everything, which is really weird considering you live in Australia and I'm in Scotland. Can you imagine? It is kind of funny. But you know, I have been awake at all different times and stuff. Which sometimes I am and sometimes I'm not. You might think that's all the time, but sometimes, you know, I have been going to sleep like quite early and like getting up early, but I'm back in that pattern and not doing that. But yeah, I wouldn't I think I've went to sleep mirroring you again, you know, like closing it out because I was just kind of like, whoa, that's crazy. Like just totally like I said, I'm mind blowing at the way they came through. Mind blowing. And I said to Tani when we left, like I could try and go on and on and on about how much it means to me, but really it's more interesting about how much it means to you. And I know that you're saying that there. I'll read the rest of what you're saying, but it's kind of like um the sad thing is it doesn't mean much to other people, does it? Like, you know what I mean? It's like it's the little details that you know that mean stuff to you. And oh yeah, because look, they're pulling my eyes to it again. The thing that blew my mind was that picture at where is it again? That picture I showed the other day of the sunset because they're pulling my oh, I don't know where it is. Oh no, is that there? This. That was Tani's cousin trying to talk to me about a picture on the beach with his lover, basically, or partner, whatever you get. Like, you know what I mean? Because that's what somebody's drew me. Somebody, that lovely other twin flame many years ago was drew me on the beach with my lover, whoever that might be. I look forward to whenever this is, but it's certainly not a path thing anyway. I've never done that before. But it's kind of like but that actually I was being drawn to that for Tani's cousin. Um because I picked up a card and I saw a beach scene, and then there was a synchronicity with that. So, it's just like things that there's no way that I would ever know, you know what I mean? And that's the thing that I always find amazing, that when you get evidence like that, it's amazing. Um, and like I'm not meaning it, like I'm being honest here. It's like, yes, basically I'm saying I'm in awe of them being able to give the evidence that they gave through me. But also I am, yeah, I'm witnessing myself. Like that's, a lot of people are at mediumship for decades trying to get that type of evidence. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like it will annoy people that I don't need to try very hard. Like, do you know what I mean? Like it depends. It's all at the state I'm at now. I just need to be relaxed. Like, don't get me wrong, I still do like doing things that keep me that challenge myself. But um that wasn't me. I just pushed myself out the way for them to talk through me. And yeah, kind of nuts. So again, I do feel a lot of these guys. Well, basically, if anyone's ever had anyone, I think some might be. I don't know who. It always makes you a bit nervous, really. So we'll just get on with this. But I can tell it's going to blend into it because because there's so much stuff about a young guy's, like, basically it's whatever age is, that can be struggling. Because even the cards, what I've put in the title, I did pull the Three of Swords, the heartbreak card. Um, Right, okay, I'm just going to read the rest of these. I find it a blessing we're all over the world. Yeah, I know, it's totally amazing, isn't it, Brandy? It is amazing. Um, it was amazing, and the evidence you were given was so spot on. Even when it came to the lamp you have, yeah, I did say about that. I didn't like, I didn't go into major detail about that because I think people would be like, "What are you talking about?" But I do, because that kind of, I don't know if the word's eerie, but I do kind of find it's clever. Put it that way. God, like I just think it's so clever how they both were telling me. But this is the thing. So actually, see, for the people that are mediums, because I do have other mediums that watch me, whether they're like more seasoned than me or seasoned. That's quite a funny word. Or because you know what, see, when you're a medium, you never stop learning. Like that, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, you're always developing. But like, whether you're just new to it or I don't know, we can't really judge that. But all I'm saying is it's like a lot of people wouldn't just go for it and say, I think, I was gentle about it because I didn't want to say it, but I knew what they were saying to me. Um, and as soon as I said it, you for both, I said it differently for different, for, what I mean? And I saw your face. Um, I know I'm gonna have to show you. Do you know what I'm gonna have to show you. I'm not. I don't think there's not really a need to show everyone else, but I'm gonna show. Well, if people are lucky enough to be in my house, they'll be able to see what I mean. But I'll email you it. Oh right, wait a minute. What have you sent here? Oh, oh no. Oh God. Oh, I should have looked at that right now. Thank you. Oh God, that's sad. Oh, and I don't like that she said that. No, I'm not reading out her thing. Oh God, that's sad. Oh shit. Oh Jesus, guys, I think this is going to be out. Oh, okay. Thank you for sharing with that with me because but I'm going to actually send you the lamp. Wait a minute, is there anything? I don't think there's anything else. There's no pictures over there that's really private or. Oh God. Full moon, guys. This is why I was like, I don't know if I really want to do this on the full moon. Yeah, there's just a load of crap in the background, so you can just, I don't mind sharing the crap for you. Just like clutter, you know what I mean? I think you'll get the, no, no, you don't need to, it's not going to be hard to make me cry. Don't worry about it. I'm a big softie. Um, oh, it's just, you know what I mean? It's obviously just because I've felt the connection between them and then actually seeing a picture, it's like, oh, again, guys, like, you know what I mean? This kind of message doesn't come through all the time. It just comes, I think it actually does tend to come through in Cancer Moon. I don't really, it feels like it does. And like I said, because I'm doing that right after, it's like, that is what always just stays in me is I just think, see, when I bring through the big horrible dramatic shit and that as well, I'm like, is any of this really worth it? Like when people's mental health can suffer like that, you know what I mean? Like, and you know what I mean, I'm just meaning that's not what's happened to these guys, but it's like it's like, you know what I mean? It's just about spotting the warning signs when someone's struggling and stuff. Like, I think we've all probably had some sort of experience of that, sadly, of losing somebody to not telling people how they feel, or almost, you know. I think everyone's got a story of, oh, I've felt like that myself, or somebody close to me has. And I mean, don't get me started on that because that's something that I've helped a lot of people with personally and professionally. So it's, you know, something very dear to my heart. And even like, you know, I'm talking cryptically, but this is what I mean about I don't know who lurks on me. But with that guy I didn't know very well, I do remember that because it was so long ago now, but I do remember it was just the textbook kind of, oh, everybody loved him, everybody's friend, good looking guy, you know, could pull, all that kind of stuff. And nobody saw it coming kind of thing. So always similar stories like that. And so, like I said, him and all the other ones, whether it's people I knew or other guys I didn't know, is if they've even knew one person I know, they're going to flock to me because I'm going to say it. Let's face it, like I say all the time, I'm going to say the things the other mediums won't say, and it's important. So as long as people can stand me, you know, get it. Because again, that's another thing. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes like crying and that when you're doing this is kind of frowned upon, but I'm just like, I can't help it. Like I feel, and it's not like boo hoo, I can't get myself, because you see, I can contain the emotion. But on a full moon, super moon, you know, I am very, I mean, I'm very divine feminine anyway, but I'm like, this is the most I've ever been in my feminine energy, like in my life. So I'm very, very in my feels, you know what I mean? It's like, anyway, let's get on with this. Yeah, it's just because you've just come on as well. The lamp stuck with me big time. It's amazing how they, yeah, it is totally amazing. I don't mind at all what you say or show. It's just showing how good you are. Thank you. Yeah, well, it's not, I mean, the thing is, I'm honoured that like you could connect with the message and that I could bring these guys through. Um, yeah, that's the thing. You know, it's good for people to see that it's real. But like I said, there's not any need to go into any more of your personal stuff, and it's just really honoring these guys, and you know, even just remember, like I've said, you know, remembering them. You know what I mean, and having a bit of a laugh too, because they were having a laugh as well. But um, because you know, I'm just mindful of this is so recent. I mean, you know what I mean. These passings are so recent. Like, I mean, just to put you in the picture, guys, like one of these people's funeral was literally just last week. That's what you said to me, isn't it? So for me, people know that about me. Like, you know, I don't like doing that. They do that for me all the time, but I don't like doing that. So that'll be the feelings that I'm feeling as well. I'm feeling the grief of everyone missing both of these, the boy and the man, your family, basically. and I'm feeling that, I'm feeling quite a lot of stuff. I'm feeling it. Oh my God. And Heather, I mentioned you today actually because I definitely feel your twin flame will come in and talk, because he definitely was around when I was giving the message to Tani. So this reminds me when your twin flame came in that time and he was given, it seemed like, it's like, and the sad thing is, I don't know how many people even watched that. And it was really powerful. I keep saying that. I think I might watch that one back because he made me laugh as well. Like I was saying to, I was saying to Tani today about, I'll never forget that. So people, just to lighten the mood a little bit, when I was channeling Heather's best friend, like I was like, he was really good looking there. And she's like, oh no, I mean, like, no, but I'm fussy. Like, he was hot. Like, I can feel that he's hot, and he keeps telling me he's hot. And then she showed me the picture, and I was like, holy shit, he's hot. Do you know what I mean? And then he shows me whenever I'm watching films or that, or like some of my cards, like they, he pulls me to pictures that look like him, and it was like really, really hilarious. Like when it happened, and Heather was like, it was a bit kind of like some of the things, like when you don't really want to be sitting there going on about how good looking somebody is when it's somebody's twin flame, and she was like, no, it's fine. That's just even giving me even more proof that it really is him. So and then it was just making me laugh today that the wee boy was saying he was really good looking, and then when you showed me the picture of him, he was good looking. You know what I mean? It's and the older one's like, look, he was good looking in his own way too. Do you know what I mean? But it's like he's got a funny sense of humor, but it's like because everyone is, each to their own. But it's funny. You're so beautiful. Thank you very much. And to allow them to come through and give their message, and also you being able to get the validations, like the one I emailed you, just helped everyone, and mental health is real. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, that's what I feel strongly about, because it is unusual. And like I've said before, I don't think people realise how much I have had to, you know, put myself on the line in that way. Like, it's unusual being a medium anyway. I don't think it is, but it can be unusual choosing that as a career path anyway, and you don't choose it; it chooses you. Trust me, it's a calling. Um, and because people that kind of want to do it and they get bored and they don't, it's because it's not their calling. You might be called to it again, but for me, I didn't have a choice. Like, I've been a medium my whole life. I was born medium. It is in the mother's, it's in the female line in my family, but nobody, it's not like anybody else got going with it. Do you know what I mean? Quite the opposite. So it was quite bold of me to do this. And like I said, I'm well aware that that would have, you know, been weird for other people, everyone, for lots of people in my life. And I just don't, well, it's not their life, it's my life. And but it's for things like this that I do it. Like, and it's worth, because like I said, I love being alone. I choose to be alone. And like I said the other day when I was saying about the Edgar Casey thing, because I'm so connected to Edgar Casey, being single for this long has allowed me to connect with my intuition on such a deep level. You'd be hard pushed trying to find somebody actually that can connect that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would bold and say that. So it's because there's other divine feminines on the twin flame journey, but I've not seen one saying that they've been single 22 years, if I'm blunt, and it'll be 23 years. So I mean, I'm bad at maths, but that's pretty much right. So, but it's like, I've sacrificed my love life to in devotion to my service. Oh my God, I'm totally channeling this. That really is my North Node. So it's way bigger than the twin flame journey, because a big part of my purpose is my mediumship too. Um, it just so happens that I'm usually always going to be channeling a message for a twin flame, but it won't always be that way. When things shift and change in my life, it will be others. But anyway, let's get into this message. But I knew it's going to go in and out of like teaching moments, because also Gemini and Sagittarius axis is learning and teaching. So I'm just sort of sharing for people that are interested in this stuff, that it's like I clear my energy and I switch off after this stuff, but I challenge anyone to be able to switch off that much after bringing through two people that have passed that way, and really being able to lift that, because that's what happened for one of my best pals the other week when I brought through her dad. Like, she was feeling like shit, and someone's lifted on her. Like, it is a big responsibility. Anyway, so I'm so glad you're live. It's been a fuck it kind of day, and I instantly thought of your positive. Oh, thank you very much, Heather. Heather, I'm afraid to say though, I'm not in the most like, use my dark sense of humor. I'm not really in a positive. I'm not like in a negative frame of mind, but I'm in my shadow. So if you can handle the dark sense of humor, then which is probably more likely for me to bring your man friend through. But yeah, I'm not. I'm in a more kind of Scorpio energy because this full moon's in my 8th house. But and if I can get through out this without bawling my eyes out, well, it'll be a fucking miracle. It'll definitely on the next one. Cancer is always sad. We'll just accept I'm going to cry on that. So, quite a few. All right. So there is quite a. Oh, because I take it have you watched that like a few times? I'm going to go back and watch that. I'll pin it. I always say that, but whenever even if I don't watch this back right away, I'll pin that below. Oh, wait a minute, actually. I've done that before. Let's just do it now. I'll find it because all I remember about it was it was all stuff about guys' mental health and that, and it was really important stuff that was coming through. And it was quite funny. Now, I just don't know what the thumbnail is. I feel like, I know I was wearing a purple jumper when I brought through Connor's dad, but I can't. Was I wearing black? I seem to remember I might have been wearing black. Where was it? Was it? How far back are we talking here? Oh no, I don't know if I've put in the title. How am I going to find this? Right, I might need to just find it later. Oh, some of these older ones I got. People have been watching some of the old stuff. And you should, by the way. If you feel led to, people should, because a lot of these are coming to pass. I can just tell by some of the current energies I've channeled and by some other things I see. Like I've seen so many other people putting out messages. I'm like, I got that last summer, like the exact same story. And I'm not meaning that. I just mean I did. Like what? I can't say it any other way. I did get that story last summer. Right. I don't know if it's one of these ones, maybe. Did I put a thumbnail on it? Like, look, see some of these. Jezebel, Twinflames, Queen Bee. Oh, that's in the membership. That one must have been juicy because I didn't do it in public. I'm gonna yeah, some of these ones that I'm scrolling back to like 8 and 9 months ago. Right, I think it was one of these. Nah, that's where I brought through Connor's dad. I don't. See what I mean? I don't forget. I don't forget when I don't forget, but this is take. Oh wait a minute, unique. I think it's that one. Unique twin flame. Yeah, because it's got a hot man in the title. Nah, see, it's only got 35 views. That's nothing. That's like, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like that was an important message he was getting. So let's encourage more people to watch that one. Right. Okay, so I'm in no hurry. I'm gonna be sitting here till 3 or 4 in the morning, whatever. You know what I mean? We'll just deal with it. So if people have got time, you can watch that one later. That's where Heather's twin flame came through. No, I think you're thinking of a different time. You're thinking of a live stream. I'm talking about a video I done. I don't know. Oh yeah, you're talking about when he came through on the live stream. That was amazing. That was the first time you were on here. That was amazing. Oh, I don't know where that is. That's a live stream. No, I'm talking that, and that probably was one that got quite a few views. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. This Mercury direct. Oh fuck. Mercury retrograde. Although it's direct now, we're in the shadow. Because it's like, right, so actually shit, that's what I was going to do. So if people want to do it, I'm running the Clairs Zooms, the Awaken, Activate and Amplify Your Clairs on Monday and Tuesday, and these are the dates. And I'm going to see over the weekend, but I know that some of the members were interested in doing it. And obviously it's open to everyone. So if you, oh, I need to take out the next week bit. So this is the links if people want to check it out. But I keep I keep saying 7 till 9 on Monday rather than 9 till 11. So it keeps making me think, or people, it keeps making me think the people that are interested, I might be changing the time, but it's meant to be 9 till 11. So, but I'm flexible in the time. Obviously, that can be a nightmare but that's what time it's meant to be just now. And then on the Tuesday, it's 3 till 5, and that, well, my time, daytime. But again, flexible. It really doesn't matter what times for me. I just took a stab in the dark. So, like, do you know what I mean? Like, um, sorry, I don't know why I used that saying. I don't really like that. I use that. Yeah. Right. So, right. Um, Guys, I know this might seem a bit random, but you just never know. Like, can everybody just sort of, if somebody happens to be watching this now, don't be walking. I mean, this is goes without saying, but don't be walking about in the dark outside, because Gemini can be like people losing their mental health too. Do you know what I mean? So I just don't like that. I said taking a stab in the dark. I mean, I more felt, unfortunately, I more feel like there could be somebody around that was stabbed. I don't think I really want to go down that route. You know what I mean? It's like, unless it, because I'm not doing mediumship tonight. You know what I mean? It's like, if they come in, they come in. But I think just because of I'm talking about things that are, but obviously I'm just, I think it just goes without saying, like, please just, keep your wits about you. You know what I'm saying? Right, right. Wait a minute. I need to read all these things. So I don't think you believe me at first. He was on that card. Oh yeah, no, it's like I did because he was saying it to me, but it's like it's just nuts. It's just nuts. It's all fucking nuts. It was nuts when I've channeled your guy. It was nuts when I've channeled Therese family. It's just nuts, but it's fucking amazing. But it's nuts. Oh dear. So, it was the day I found Claire. He was a definite playboy, and he let her know. Yes, I attract him alive and in the spirit world. Oh dear. Um, I keep seeing the messages to be afraid, and I'm so nervous about going back to to not be afraid. I'm so nervous about going back to. Well, that's good. It means you care. I listened to the original message. Oh, just last night. Well, that's not a coincidence. He must have made you do that. I find it funny, but I have a Scorpio moon. Um, yes, I well, yeah. And I mean, my place, which I've went on about it, but I've got my Scorpio rising conjunct Pluto. People that don't know that, but so I've got a shit ton of planets in Scorpio. All right, okay. So I can't even remember. It's been almost a year ago. Is it a Gemini that was? What are you talking about? It's a Gemini full moon today. Right, let's get on with this because God, I don't know how long I've taken. I feel like have I been on here for ages? I have, haven't I? Did I call or whatever? It doesn't really matter. Let's get in it. Like I said, if people click off, they click off. It's a unique thing I'm doing here. I just blend it all together. So I'm not really bothered. Right. So the people that are meant to stay will stay kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Chill. Right, okay, so and obviously I'm channeling my black jaguar panther general, big black cat energy in general. Do you know what I mean? So look, but can I show you how cozy it is? It's like, oh, I'm loving it. Because I sleep with like a sleep mask on, right? Because I've said this before, but when I was younger, I didn't know, like, you know what I mean? I know now, but it was like when I was a teenager, like I used to sleep with this, like I just used to anything that was like whether it would be like it was this squishy pillow thing, which I've said before, it is kind of funny because my twin flame in particular used to find it hilarious because sometimes he'd wake up in the morning and I just had this like this beanbag thing on my face. can't imagine that was very attractive, but he would just sort of fling it across the room. But like it was, and it's not really too different now. I just put my, except I'm on my own. I'm all by myself. But like I don't like I have a sleep mask now. So really, I could have. I don't think these were all the rage there. But like I've got a sleep mask and it's good. It blocks out the light. But this hood is brilliant because like say the posties woke me up and I can't bother putting that back on. It's like I can just do this. It's very like it reminds me of my wolf medicine too. Do you know what I mean? It's like, but I'm loving it. Yeah. So you might see this a lot. I remember I did say the other day you might see this a lot over my boxers thing. You might see us a lot over the winter. It just makes sense, guys. You know what I mean? Can't be bothered with all that makeup and hair and shit like that. It's just when I feel like it, I feel like it. When I don't, I don't. And I can tell you right now, this weekend is not one of those. I don't know when. I wanted to film the Christmas videos. Like I really wanted to wear that nice off the shoulder red top and film in advance. But I'm gonna have to wait till Leo Moon on Monday. And if we're doing the Claire Zooms, I'm gonna have to have energy. So I don't know. If we're not doing the Claire Zooms, then I'll be able to get them filmed. So there's a benefit either way. But I would like to do at least one of the Claire Zooms. We're gonna do them next year, even if we don't do it now. You know what I mean? But anyway, so is it a gem? Oh, I've no idea. I was just because I used that. I don't want to go down that route either, Heather. I just I really don't right now. But if you're connecting with that, just don't tell me any more details. And I mean, if I was really feeling it, I would, but I don't want to go down that route. Oh my God, my cousin Brian's partner just messaged me, so I sent her this live and said she needs to book in with you. Well, give her time. Oh my God, wait a minute. I said that was. Oh my God, I said that. I said that she was going to contact you, didn't I? That's pretty because it's not me. He said, but that was him that said. That's crazy. I said she's going to contact you. I don't know how weird that is. Maybe you talk quite a lot, but that's I just remembered that I said that. Right, okay, so eventually let's get the thumbnail now. Because like I said, guys, as much as I love obviously when I'm talking about the mediumship, because I've done that today, they are going to try and come through, but like I'm going to be like I don't even want to be here in the first place. So like I don't want to make this I don't want to make this any longer than what it needs to be, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? But without being rude about it, I'm being blunt. I'm not, but right. So, and Mercury is in Sagittarius now, so that is blunt. Unless it's wait a minute, actually, no, it's not. I've lost track. Maybe it's still in Mercury, but that would be sharp too. It will be soon. No, sorry, it's still in It's still in Scorpio, but I think it's because it's like it's next week sometime. That's why the mediumship's been shit hot too, to be honest, because that is a really good. It's all the other stuff: Venus, Mars, so divine feminine and divine masculine in Sagittarius energy, and the Sun, obviously. And when I was channeling the other day, I realized it was because it was like my moon is the Antares portal, which I always say is like the demon slayer energy. It's very galactic, very psychic energy, and that the sun was right on it. So lots going on, guys. But this is what I mean. If I wasn't doing the star sign ones, I'd home in on more of that. But I don't do this every month. I just do it 1 month, one off. So but I'm just sort of touching on that stuff. Right. So the reason I've put in the title Divine Masculine Out of Denial, Apathy, Heartbroken, Karmic Choice Point is because, like I said, the choice, well, it's because I've not got any makeup on. That's probably why I look tired. But it's like people always say that when I've not got makeup on. It's like, no, I've just not got my makeup on. But it's like that. I'm like, I was up early. So do you know what I mean? It depends on what way. I'm doing that little kid thing. I'm not tired. I don't want to go to my bed. I'm not tired. It's not bedtime yet. It's not bedtime, Heather. I'm not going to bed yet. It's so funny. See when my nieces do that, it's funny. I get flashbacks to when I was wee. When my dad's like, when I was wee, my dad would be like, "You do look tired," but I'm not tired. I'm not. I want to watch. He said there's, I don't know, I don't know what I would have been wanting to watch. Probably something I shouldn't have been watching. But because my niece does that too. Whenever you're like, you look a bit tired. I'm not tired. Not tired. You're like fucking crying and like curling up. I'm not tired. Right. Anyway, but anyway, that might come into this. You know, somebody might be claiming I'm not sad. I'm not. Do you know what I mean? And they are. Like, I think that's probably going to come into it. But look, I'm realizing I know I've blocked our union, and I know I'm really blocking myself. I can't go another day without you. Quite intense. And then stand your ground. And this guy's like, yeah. So I do feel, and so I do feel like, there's been karmic energies or karmic situations that have been blocking this group of masculine from going where they want to go. And there's heartbreak about that because this is a Three of Swords. So heartbreak, loss, grief, and a huge emotional withdrawal. But everyone knows this is the fuck this card to me. So, fuck this. I can't take this anymore. But obviously, this is quite a sad one because it's a guy sitting on the beach, like contemplating life. So, I mean, these cards, like, along with what I've already said on this, like, you know what I mean? See people that are in really poor mental health, emotional withdrawal, heartache, and loss. Do you know what I'm saying? So, keep a closer eye on the people in your life that you know what I mean? They're more, you just never know though. That's the sad thing about this. That's why people need to talk about this. But choose wisely. So that is the Seven of Cups. That is the card about when it comes to the twin flame journey. It's usually when people are confused. Well, confusion, illusion. Neptune and Pisces kind of energy. Which that's important because Neptune goes direct on the 10th, and we've already got Saturn direct. In Pisces, and I think we're already beginning to see collectively a lot of. There's just so many collective energies about people waking up to I chose wrong. I chose the karmic path. I chose the karmic person. I didn't see clearly at the time. But trust me, if you're feeling like that now, just wait until after the 10th of December, unfortunately. But listen, look, the High Priestess. But again, how interesting. It's like a very different picture. Well, I've always thought that was a man. It's not a man at all. It's a woman. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I'd say that's a woman. But look, it's. I was going to say something. Sorry. Let's just move on because this energy can be quite controversial too. Now let's just move on. You can't make any kind of jokes these days, so I'll just keep the jokes in my head. But yeah, listen to your intuition, right? But I basically feel there's passion being ignited in this group of masculines like never before. And this is interesting, right? So one of my guides at my higher chakras is a Pegasus. And the Pegasus to me is about transcending, like horses to me are freedom. And so Pegasus, is about transcending where you've been stuck and ascending in general. And I believe that is one of the energies that helps me, help people basically ascend where they've, being stuck, like staying stuck where you're not meant to be. But there's a story I've told many times over the years so we may as well go there again if people haven't heard it. But long story short, when I was at a mediumship circle, like in person, and a message was channeled to me that, I was going to like be so far on my spiritual development that I wouldn't have the same friendship circle anymore. And like I was just having done it, a bit like I was just describing that. No, I'm not tired. I was like, no, that's not possible. I've got tons of best friends and they're my best friends and that's not going to change. And, all that kind of stuff. Like my dad said to me as well, like, they'll be your friends. And I'm like, they're my best friends. And it's like, oh shit, yeah, he was right. But, mind you, I've said that back to my dad about some folk over the years too. And all that came true as well. Anyway, moving on, they'll be your friend. They're not a real friend. I say that to a lot of people in life. That's no your pal. Behind your back, that's no your pal. You know what I mean? But the kind of humbling thing is, it turns out, actually, that's no my pal behind my back. So do you know what I mean? We're all getting knives stuck in each other's back. Oh, that's lovely. The human nature is lovely. There's the 8th house shit coming in already. But yeah, basically, the Pegasus, it happened. It did happen. And I bought that shortly after I was given that message. Like, God, I don't know. I think that was about 10 years ago or something. I think it roughly, I know I always say 10 years, but I think it was genuinely about 10 years ago because I can time it with some other things that happened. And so anyway, I bought that card, like, you know, I don't know how long after I bought the card, but they pulled me to it. I was trying to find my contact lenses because again, honestly, I've got tons of them everywhere and I couldn't find any. So that's meaningful too. Because I have honestly, like, because I've spent so long in the house at some points and I've just had my glasses on, I had to stop my direct debit like 6 months ago because I've got about a year's worth of contact lenses. I'll probably be a different strength of contact lens and one I put that way. I can't stop hiccuping. So I'm clearing energy. That's how long I've got contacts for. But that's another thingy, like somebody couldn't see clearly. Just like I would be blind as a bat right now if I didn't find that other contact lens. Because I've got the throwaway ones. But yeah, I basically feel however it's going to come into this, it could be the exact same thing that somebody's like growing beyond where they are. Now, whether that is a friendship group, like was said to me, or like a partnership, or whoever it is that's trying to hold somebody back from how much their soul wants to expand. Okay, so no idea what to use for the thumbnail. Right, okay, so I think choose wisely because that's in line with the full moon and the nodes. Stand your ground, heartache loss, choose wisely. Basically, to get across for everyone and the other people that are nebbing in that aren't twin flames. If you're being faced with important decisions right now, that's you're feeling that what that full moon's doing. Like it's a karmic choice point, and it's especially if you feel like you chose the karmic path. Which remember, it doesn't need to be that you chose the karmic path in love. It could be like you chose a job that you're like, oh God, I didn't make the right decision, or thank you very much, Heather. Um, at the end of this, I'll pull you some cards. And anyone else, I've not put up my usual thing about like you know the actual like so just if people donate anything, I'll do that. But it's that is freezing. Sorry, wait a minute. I'm just going to pour some more in that. I haven't drank enough today. Um, oh, we're actually really giving it the big licks with the leopard print. Hey, I've just noticed. I've just noticed that. Look, I've got a leopard print mug. I've got a leopard print hot water bottle in here somewhere. And this is so there's leopard print significant. Leopard print must be significant in this somehow. And that can be for us to wonder and whatever that's gonna be. Um so right, I think we'll choose wisely, heartache loss, stand your ground. So difficult decisions. It's either there's a difficult decision that needed to be made in the past, or there's a difficult decision that needs to be made now. I can't go another day without you, I'm realizing. So let's see if I can fit all these in. It's a bit shit, but we'll just keep it just now. Right. Okay, so I didn't even give all that spiel. So if you've never seen me do this before, and if you're new and you're still watching now, thank you, because it was quite a unique way to introduce all of this. You don't have to, you made me laugh. All right. I will go and listen back to this soon. Just have to have a shower. Yes, you suit yourself, ladies. Um, so, oh yeah, and Heather, I don't know if you saw my recent live, but definitely watch the recent live in the membership because I was speaking about the Claire Zooms. That's yeah, basically okay. So this is for Gemini in the third house. So like I said, Gemini is about communication. So it's going to bring up things about hearts to hearts and communicating your truth. Now that like whether that is about feelings amongst twin flames, whatever feelings, good, bad, or indifferent, or like talking to karmic people, who have not always love either. Like, basically just speaking your voice, expressing yourself. It's important that you listen to the call, like the high priestess coming, like, listen to what, oh, hello, Becca. Oh, see what I keep doing? I never used to call you Becca, and I keep calling you Becca. Bex. Gaming right now, but wanted to say hi, hello. So yeah, so basically it's that. It's just going to be all stuff to do with communication. It's other things. It could be your neighbors and your siblings and research books. I always connect books with Gemini, but the sun's in Sagittarius. So yeah, it's communication is going to be the big thing. You do get called Becca. It's just quite funny though, because you know what I mean. I was never calling you Becca, so it's just ever since I saw my cousin Becca, I keep calling you Becca. But it's because the screen name. It's because your screen name is like starting like Rebecca. That's why I keep going to call you Becca. It threw me all off. It's not your fault. It's YouTube thingy and all the things, the thumbnails. Right, okay, so we're now just going to go into so like I said, I'm going to tune in to someone's story. And when I say someone, this can be quite a few people's, and we'll just see what comes up. I think with all the stuff that's come, like I said, with all the stuff I've said before this, either in this one or the one I do for cancer, I definitely think it's going to bring in stuff to do where people have struggled with mental health. And again, like I always say, for me personally, who hasn't struggled with mental health and who doesn't? Like, everybody gets stressed, everybody gets depressed at least some point in their life, or you have an ongoing struggle with things like this. So I just don't even like really calling it mental health, because it's like a fucking pandemic in itself, where we should all just look out for we should all just look out for each other. That's why I say it's like, God, even people that aren't in my life anymore, I pray for people that, that I don't have enemies, but I pray for everyone to be happy and well. And I say that as well, that anyone that's ever fucked me over with money as well, which has been quite a few people, like, professionally, like, that I hope nobody is in a place where they feel that bad about it, that they can't sleep at night and stuff, because it's like, it's not doing that to me. So I wouldn't, maybe it would at some point, but it's not doing that to me. So I wouldn't want, it's not worth it. It's just money. So yeah, it just brings in that thing again about like here for a good time, not a long time. I just think, everyone needs to be a little bit kinder. I mean, now it's reminding me, and actually it's quite interesting, those blocks say that. When like Caroline, oh God, sorry, I can't remember her surname. But the one that was on Love Island, that's so annoying. Flack. Caroline Flack, is that Flack? Yeah. Everyone was like hashtagging be kind when she went that way. And it's quite interesting because I won't go too deep into that actually, but I had quite a huge synchronicity with that. And there's a block that I've got those blocks have on one of the sides it says be kind. So yeah, that seems to be a thing right now too. Right, okay, so heavy. So okay, so it's called life. Yes, I know, unfortunately. Right, so this is to identify the divine feminine, male or female, or the masculine feminine side. I always channel it like it's just happening to two people, usually divine feminine, a female, divine masculine, a male, but it can be same sex, it can be any way, it can be, you know, all the genders, all that jazz, blah, 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 blah. Right, okay, so what have we got? This is just to identify who this is going to be for. Oh, someone wasn't learning the karmic lesson because I've pulled student in reverse. And they always say the same thing. This isn't it funny that there's all those cards and this one came up on the last one. But I always say that, like, that reminds me of when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So I feel in the past, what they're saying is the divine feminine, you were learning your lesson. So I can tell, I've not even pulled the other cards, but I can tell it's going to be something like in the past, you just wanted it to happen already. Like you had karmic lessons to learn yourself, but you weren't learning the lesson to let this person go. Whether that was like literally you were like, still hooking up with them and, not having boundaries and, not really caring whether, you know, um, well, situate. That's how people get into situationships and friends with benefits and all that. And like I said, my opinion on that will be different to other people. I think it depends which age you speak to. For me personally, back in my day, that was quite normal. Like, and I think it's fucking even more normal now. But it's like I don't like, you know what I mean? It's so weird. Like I just don't even. Yeah, I'm just kind of like, look at my face. Like I'm so different now to what I was then. That I'm just kind of like, fuck's sake, Claire. Do you know what I mean? Like, have a little bit more respect for yourself. Like, do you know what I mean? I just. But anyway, moving on. I just mean like once you. Oh no, but that actually is true. Once I did get deeper feelings, I did stop. Actually, no, I did. I am proud of past me. I did actually stop doing that. But anyway, moving on. But yeah, I think that's what it's about. Um, like you weren't learning the karmic lesson. Like you were wanting to keep this person. Like you were wanting to be in a relationship with them. And I think we know what way this is gonna go. Right, let's get the divine masculine cards. Storyteller. Uh-oh. The thing about this is it is upright, which and I'm a storyteller, and like I say all the time, a true storyteller. But don't always make it your story, like because it might not be. But this is also about gossiping. So we'll see how that comes into this. Ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. Making up tales that harm others is a shadow trait. So I think that is exactly what it is. Let's get the card. That's exactly what it is here. Whatever we're dealing with here, because the shadow side of you're gorgeous. Heather, I mean, thanks very much. But we've had you are lovely, you're beautiful, you're gorgeous. Thanks very much, especially for saying it when I'm sitting here looking like this. But yeah, basically, it's like I really do feel. I mean, I really do feel the message is coming in stronger. It's like the feminines wanted this to be something more than what it was, and you weren't. Even if you knew that's not going to happen, this person's not going to like, they're not going to be that to you, or if they are, they're not going to be loyal, kind of thing. Um, it doesn't change what you would have wanted. Um, and I think it's going to be because Gemini, like I said, the shadow side of Gemini's gossip. I think this person, unfortunately, in their awakened state, would have been like, "Oh yeah, she's not getting over me. Yeah, I don't feel like that about her. She's not getting over me. She's still hung up on me." This is annoying already. Let's get in it. Right. So it's like, I'm like, right, let's get stuck in. Roll up the sleeves. I'm sure I'll be using some of my past stuff through here. Right. So anyway, give me some more for the divine feminine. Oh, these cards are fucking hilarious. Can I just say this is not about me or you. I mean, it will be about some of you, and quite frankly, some of this could be about me, but this is not meant to be. But in saying that, I do think this group of feminine energies could have been or still in a long period of celibacy because we have virgin, or you could just be quite pure of heart, quite innocent, and you could be a visionary because we've got that bird again. We've got the women with it. That's so funny because I nearly made a joke about this when I said that there's like mediums in my women's side of the family. I nearly said, oh, like nobody was like sitting with a scarf around their head and the crystal ball and that. I mean, because neither am I. And look at the picture that's come out. I should have said it. So I do feel that a lot of the divine feminines are going to connect with this. You are a visionary, you are a psychic, you are a mystic, you're a seer, you're a shaman, whatever kind of word you want to call yourself. A tarot reader, you know what I mean? I don't like that name for myself in particular because although I use tarot, I don't always. A lot of the time I'll just use my oracle, but I just don't. I think that's, you know what I mean? Like, I'd prefer people just call me a healer, but But I know amazing people that are, you know, they call themselves a tarot reader, and it's kind of like it's whatever your skill and your talent is, capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. This is quite fascinating. Maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. I feel the divine feminines in this collective, you saw who this person is to you. You saw who they were going to be in the future. You saw the future timelines. Should you both choose that? But this person didn't. Or if they did, it's like, you know, they're telling themselves, like, oh, that's not going to happen and all that. That's the way I think it is. But remember, the way that this goes is it also means the masculine wasn't learning their karmic lesson emotionally, and they've got a pure of heart. Now, it might not be the celibacy kind, but actually, all jokes aside, on the twin flame journey, right before you come into union, there should be a period of that. If there's not, I would question it. You know, I mean, and I don't care how promiscuous or sexual somebody is, that happens. Or yeah, and even up to not doing it, there'll be nothing in, you know, like, yeah, people will be pulled away from others, you know, they won't be feeling it. You get what I'm saying? But I don't even know what I'm saying, but that's the truth. But yeah, I really, and I feel as well that the masculine also must have had some kind of insight into what is this, but then they're going to have ran away. Okay, so same old, same old. But I mean, I'm shuffling all these hundreds of cards, and it's quite interesting though. So let's now see what other cards come up for the masculine. So I think with that storyteller card coming up, right, what it means is the masculines in this group have an ability to use that storytelling quality that they have, maybe even shamanic quality, for good, but might not necessarily have used their voice for good in the past. Will have for some things, but for other, I don't think in regards to this connection they did. Part of the cover. Now I wonder why I'm saying that, because see if something comes out about wearing a mask or something. I just heard it's part of the cover on an energetic level. It had all ceased for at least 5 months back. What are you talking about? Heather, you always do that. I don't know what you're talking about. You say things and I'm like, I don't know what you're saying that to. Then it doesn't help that the chat is so slow. Right, what have we got? Give me something else to identify the masculine groups. But that is quite a picture of the feminines. Uh, but like I always say, not all, but a lot of divine feminines, if you're not doing it for your job, you are just super psychic. You are a vision, you know what I mean? You are. You've come here to bring in the new earth codes. So not like that's a tricky one actually, because not all divine feminines actually have come in to anchor the new earth codes. Some have come in to do a wee bit more than others, and I'm one of those ones. And I don't know who else out there that might watch me as that too, but it's clear to me when I can see other people that do that. And not all people will even say, they won't go it because it's not wise to sort of go into major detail. But I do feel that it's like it's definitely that you've seen like the potential, but you've do you know what it is, right? That's why I don't like when they do this, but I get it. It's like when I've said before, I was so fucking naive, and when I went to mediums, I made the mistake of fucking telling everyone, like people I didn't even fucking trust, what they said to me. And then, oh, guess what people will go and fucking do? Go and tell him. So it's like, and the way my twin flame is, sorry, love you wherever you are and whatever's going on. But it's like, you know, he would add another 10 years onto it, hearing something like that. Like, you know, I'm not doing that. I'll do what I want to. But it's fair enough, you know what I mean? I can see it now from that point of view. But it's, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like it is a bit of a weird one. Like even, but I'm like, why did I do that? Like, why did I not just fucking keep the shit that was said to me at myself? But I was excited, you know what I mean? Because it matched up with what I felt. And then I was also heartbroken. Let's not relive that. Let's not relive that. But it's yeah. But anyway, so but it is something like that, something very similar that you felt that this is a oh shit. I know what they're gonna do. I can't be bothered with this. Do you know what I caught the other? Oh my god! I wrote it in the thing. I watched Dear John yesterday, right? And I thought very carefully about watching it because I thought, oh shit, man. Like, but it was pretty deep, like the insights I was getting into it, because that came out right. That when that came out, it was like the pivotal year of when I had like a massive twin flame activation, and like the synchronicities in that are insane, like so insane, like too many. Like I always feel it's that film feels like somebody heard me talking on a bus and they mixed everyone up. That's all I'm gonna say. Because actually, even the cards, virgin and purity, and because that's what that girl's like in that. You know what I mean? She's like, she doesn't swear. Well, clearly, I'm out of this story, but she's like trying to save, like she's trying to be a do-gooder and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, anyway, um, the thing that I was having a mind blowing synchronicity at, without going really deep into this, was riddle me this. I watched that when it came out. I went with one of my best friends at the time, and even she was getting loads of like just really weird kind of like, God, that's like you and him, right? And we both of us didn't really even have anything to go on. I'd be like, what do you mean? Like I just, and it was like, but what sticks out to me is like because all these years later, like the huge separation. Because in that film, I think they're apart for, I think it's 7. Oh wait a minute, I get mixed up with the Notebook because that's similar too. But I think in total, I think it's 8 years that they're apart from. Because I think it's like say it's like 7, say it's like 6 years, and then it's like another 2 years. Because I always go by the age of the wee boy in the film. But anyway, it's quite weird because like I'm thinking like that's weird that that used to like I mean obviously it is a romantic but it's an upsetting film too. But I'm like, why would I connect that with me and the person that I then was my twin flame? Because like none of that has happened with me and him. So that was clearly me connecting with past lives and the separation that I was about to go into. So it's kind of, you know what I mean? It is kind of, it kind of blows my mind in a way when there's lots of things about that film when I was watching. I got totally different shit this time round. So I'm glad I did watch it. I wrote things down in my, if I need to look at my phone, I will. But that was it. I knew it was going to do because it's the thing about the full moon. You know how it's like, well, it's like I'll see you soon then. That could be something actually, because the whole thing they say is I'll see you soon then, even because it's going to be like a year and it's like something cute. But I'm sure people know. People have seen Dear John, and also, I mean, someone could be communicating with you because the Dear John letter. Somebody could be getting dumped. Is that not what a Dear John letter is? Is that not what a Dear John letter is? What is a Dear John letter? Somebody could be called John here actually. I think I'm going to Dear John letter. A Dear John letter is a letter from a woman to a man that informs him their romantic relationship's over. Yeah. That's all these years later, the penny drops. That is why it's called Dear John. Because he's called John. And it's just, oh, amazing. Totally didn't get that till now. Quite clever. Not me, the concept. Oh, that's funny. Often written by a partner who has found someone else or by a wife or to be your husband. Oh my God. The term became popular during the World War II. Well, you see, so that's quite, guys, I mean, I've just read that. I mean, I'm sure lots of other people would have known what that meant. But I think that is another, like, with the visionary card, I think that is another, like, be careful what you choose because the choices that you choose now can change the rest of your life. And that's basically what I'm getting out without going into all the major details because I already feel I share a lot of my life. And, like I've said, I've probably fucked it with my own twin flame because I fucking tell these wee stories. But it's like, but don't worry, everyone else was fucking it more than me. But it's kind of like, do you know what I mean? It's that is interesting that it's like the choices that you make do have consequences and the sacrifices that you make. And that's why, I find that film so upsetting because it's the scene and this is what I mean. This is so sorry, I'm sorry, not sorry, I'm in my Scorpio feels. The scene when this is what I'm just like, that is amazing how psychic I actually am because that's the bit that always used to get me when they haven't seen each other for years and they're in the kitchen and he's like, did I mean that little that you couldn't even call me? Like, is that how much I mean that like I'm the last to know? Or you know what I mean? It's kind of well in his case, it's like, that you couldn't, that you sent me a letter. And she's like, she can't speak. that it's because she's like trauma. She's like, and then she's like, I couldn't. And he's like, what? I mean that little to you. And then she's like, no, I couldn't, because just hearing you would have made me change my mind. And that bit always, again, I've got my feeling of why that connected, but stuff hadn't happened yet. So that's kind of fucking weird. But yeah, like when I saw that, I was like, God, that's really hitting quite hard, because it's like, and I think it gets across, like you can make up your own stories of why somebody's not talking to you or why somebody's made the decisions they've made, but it might not actually be what you think, because that's what it is in that film. Because you know he's meant to think she's married that annoying dickhead guy, and it's not that at all, is it? It's the neighbor, and really it's like she's self-sacrificed because which is stupid too, because you shouldn't be fucking. You know what I mean? It's a nice concept, but it's like, you've given up your whole fucking life. It's like, you know what I mean? But there's something in that. They're making me say that for a reason. There's something in this where there's been a self-sacrificing kind of thing that someone didn't really want to have to do, because that's what she does in that. Like, she wants him, he wants her, she wants him, but she decides to marry the other guy to help with a child that's got autism. That could come in somewhere as well, because it's not just the child, it's the dad. That's what I found fascinating, because I help a lot of people with ADHD and autism. That put a different spin on it in that film. It's just so moving, isn't it? Like the whole stuff with the dad and but it's more the dad really. The wee boy, that's not touched on as much, but when the dad wants to get out of the car because he's anxious, like, dependence on others to the exclusion of effort, codependency. So what have we had for the masculine so far? Storyteller, codependent. Oh, they're all coming out reverse. Hoarding money and emotions, obsessive fear of losing your wealth. Oh, right, this is enough. Right, so there's clearly something about the choice that someone's made has had something to do with money and security. So that's not what is in Dear John, but you can see how that actually kind of fits with what was coming. Saboteur. That's what we've got to find out. Who's that? Highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring to your life, but it's upright. So that's like, the people that point it out. Induces self-destructive behavior or the desire to undermine others. Student, yeah. Look, now it's upright. Someone, that's, so we'll put them down now, but that's what I'm getting from it. It's like, I've got a feeling it's, both people weren't learning their karmic lessons at some point, and both people could actually be all of us. Let's face it, whether you're a twin flame or not, at some point in your life, when you're staying in your south node, that's what you're doing. You're not evolving, you're not growing, you're not moving towards what's uncomfortable, what will move you forward in life to your north node. And that's coming through, because that's helpful for everyone right now. That's what this full moon's doing. If you're really feeling and working with the energy, you should be making hard decisions that it might put other people's noses out of joint, but it's what you want to do. A bit like when I've said, like, I was aware that me being in public, doing what I'm doing, whether it was on Facebook when I started doing it or when I've started really owning it on here, the more the channel grows, it is a bit fucking weird to have a YouTube channel and to keep going at it. And, well, it just is. People give up. So I'm aware of that, but I'm also fucking proud of it. So boom, drop the tiny mic. And we'll just see who comes out the fucking woodwork. I'll be like, you've not been here the rest of the time. So anyway, listen to your inner guidance. Yes. So I feel I said it like that because you've got to listen to your inner guidance. Who's coming out the woodwork, sniffing around you for whatever reason, because they want something you have, whether it's money, energy. Acknowledge your progress. So look, I was saying that about you because they're just using my stuff, but this is whoever's going to connect with this. Acknowledge your own progress. Don't look for validation in others. It's about being proud of yourself and how far you've come. But be mindful of like friends that come out the woodwork or people that try to claim, oh, I've been trying to get in touch with you. on this, that, and that. No, you haven't. They talk shite. You've been fucking watching me on there and you're seeing I'm doing well and you're what? No. See, there's me having a vision. But not now, it won't happen because I'm saying it. People have already tried. Oh dear. Right, okay. So pay attention to the people that want to get the bus with you when the limo breaks down. If there's nobody getting on the fucking bus when the limo breaks down, note it. You know what I'm saying? Right, okay. So let's now get into the spread. It'll be 10 years we've known each other, but we went separate ways for about 6 years before we reconnected. All right. Okay, so tell me about the past then. I think because we got quite a lot out of those cards, but what happened in the past? I might use quite a few of these different cards because they'll give us what happened in the past from the feminine's perspective. I wonder if it's going to be like Deirdre. I wonder if it's going to be like, what else have I watched? I also watched, that feels significant. I also watched the episode of The Office yesterday where it's Michael's last day. Any of these names could be significant too, actually. And what's important about that is like he does, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, but like, you know, who hasn't seen The Office? I'm only joking. If you're new around here, I only started watching it a few months ago. That's my favorite. But yeah, like he's like starting to bottle it. Like he's moving to be, you know, he's moving away to be with his fiance, but it's a soulmate. Like that's his twin because they're just so like each other. But like, you know, he doesn't want to leave. And what's quite interesting is like I saw something where he actually didn't want to, like Steve, whatever his name is, he actually didn't want to. He didn't want to leave the office, and he was you know, he was the main character, but he was only contracted up until that point. So it's so fucking weird. So like they done away with him. So weird. But also he was becoming a bigger star then and stuff as well. But anyway, the point is like there's a scene where he's crying when they're all singing to him, and that's meant to be that's genuine. Um, but I do feel they were showing me that because it's like someone could be changing up their whole entire life and maybe even leaving a place where they are or a certain way of life and like kind of having a bit of a wobble about, oh God, I don't know if this is right, but it's, you know, it is right because it's like in that moment he's like he freaks out. I mean, obviously it's a comedy, but he's kind of like, I can't go, like what am I doing? You know, this is I love it here. These are all my friends, um and then he phones his fiance and they've got funny wee voices with each other and that, and she's like, oh, what is wrong with you? Are you like putting on an Elmo voice? And so he's like crying and laughing at the same time. She's like, is everything all right? And he's like, yeah, it is now. And then it's that kind of feeling of, you know what I mean? Like it's scary even when you're doing the right thing. Um, so there's something about somebody leaving somewhere and it being a big deal. Now this could be leaving a town, leaving a country. This could be like leaving just where you live and it's different. Leaving obviously a long-term relationship where people are going to be gossiping and talking and stuff to go where you want to go, whether that's towards someone else or to be on your own for a while, something like that, or leaving a job you've worked at for ages because that's what he's doing. So any of these things could be significant. Right, it's the same thing, doesn't matter what deck I'm using. I pulled out only you, devoted, attached and craven, but it came out reverse. So I feel what they're saying is in the past the divine feminine knew that the masculine didn't want to hang around. So like you know, whenever this is, so it's like, you know, if this is your story, when you recognize that this person might have the same feelings, but they're not in touch with them, like they're pushing them down, suppressing them, you know what I mean? Um, like you've chose to withdraw, you know. So like whether you've taken yourself into hermit or been like, you know, I can't do this anymore or something, it's like you stepped right back because we've got single, lonely, solitary, withdrawn. But now what they're saying to me is now that's where the masculine is now. So I feel a lot of the divine feminines in this collective, you went into being, well, you were single, however long, like if it's like me, like forever, or like, I don't know, you might not have, you chose to do it as extreme, but like, you know, you spent a lot of time on your own, connecting with the divine, connecting with the twin flames higher self, knowing them better than you know the actual, because that is the reality. It's so fucking weird. You know the person's higher self. Know I couldn't even fucking tell you what mine's like at all. No, I really don't. I don't know if I'm good. But I like know his higher self inside out. He's always here. It's weird, but that's the truth. Um, but yeah. But now I feel whenever that was, the masculine is now, or they will be in this, because that's a guy sitting on a rock looking out the sea. There's a lot about the sea today. Look, only you, devoted, attached, craven, single, lonely, solitary. So even the ones that might still be with a karmic partner, that's really what they're feeling. Like that same longing. And that's why I've been warning people for ages here. If you're a true twin flame, you might think you're escaping it, but the penny's going to drop. And then look, the Three of Swords, again, that's what's in the title. With heartbreak, emotional pain, sorrow, grief, hurt, it catches up with you. So, you know, if you're a divine feminine, remember that. Remember the pain that you went through, and do keep your person in your prayers, because it is rough, especially when you don't know what's going on. That's why I sit and do this, so that people know what's going on. And like I said, I have to withstand the storms of people thinking I'm fucking nuts, aren't on the twin flame journey. But well, bye bye then. You're not on it. You don't know what it's about. Go and fucking watch somebody else on YouTube, or go and put the telly on. Losing, oh my god, this is intense. Losing you taught me love isn't about possession. Again, something that I've always said, let them go. If they want to go, let them go. So this divine feminine collective could have saw their masculine a bit like a free bird, you know. You don't, you know, fly free. If it's meant to be, they'll come back. And then it'll be more like the Notebook. If I'm a bird, you're a bird. And I do think it is that now. I think this masculine collective, by the time they catch up to this, it's like Noah in the Notebook. If you're a bird, I'm a bird. Like whatever you are, that's what I am. It's like this person could go from like not getting it to, oh my god, I get it, and like I've done all this damage. Um Oh, and there's a beach again. Holy shit. To me, it's the card. I don't know if Tani's still here. That's the card I pulled. So that's the card I pulled on that session today. How did we go from everything to nothing? So remember, this is how the feminine felt in the past. How did we go from everything to nothing? So for the people that connect with this, you've obviously privately meant a lot to each other, whether it was vocalized or not. You know, there was just this feeling that you both mean a lot to each other. And even if it's from past lives, you know what I mean? And again, it's like it's the same as how I've just said it. That's now how the masculine is. How did this, you know? It's like when you wake up and you're like, how did this all come about? Right, okay, so now let's check in on the masculine. What cards did I use? So, what happened from the masculine's perspective? My sister moved 3 states and just told me today, oh my God, so is that quite far away then? I'm not very good at states and geography in general. My geography teacher was like, Claire, just sit this one out. I'm not going to pick on you. You just saw I couldn't do it. Maths and geography couldn't do it. My brain was just like, eventually I just stopped going to school. I don't know why I stayed on till 6. I fucking hated it. Fucking idiots, man. They were putting me down as an idiot, putting me in all the low classes. I was fucking sitting there intelligent than half the folk sitting around me. And also I was intelligent enough to disguise it. Do you know what I mean? Hate school. Fucking shitholes. Jails. Right. Hate unis as well. Sorry, I hate the word hate, but that's true, all of it. Although, like what Charlotte was saying the other day, I do go back and forth about, you know, because it's been so long since that happened. But then I'm like, what's the point? I don't want to. I already do what I do. But it's like a soul thing, you know. If something was unfair, you want to finish it properly. That's an expensive way to go about it though. If I hit the big time money, I'll be like, right, I'm going back. But nah, I couldn't see essays. I don't know how I wrote essays. Essays are like the most draining thing ever. Has anyone ever had to write an essay at uni level, postgraduate? It's like climbing the steep. See, when you've got dyslexia, dyspraxia, ADHD, all that, it's like, what a nightmare. I don't know how I done it. I think I must have been channeling the therapy. I was channeling Carl Rogers, the famous pioneer of the therapy that I trained. Oh dear. Pity fucking Edgar Casey couldn't have told me I would just sit this one out, head. This is not gonna turn out well. But do you see what I mean? Although I'm channeling it like that, I had to go through that experience of being treated like shit on my course because it makes me who I am. It makes me the therapist that I am. And that lovely thing that one of our soul brothers had said that I put in one of the posts the other day there, that he'd never connected with therapy and counselors, and it all made sense when he found me randomly on here one day because he connects with me and I'm able to hit, you know what I mean? And that'll be like a lot of people. So it's, like I say all the time, I'm not everyone's cup of tea, but I'd rather be someone's shot of whiskey and everybody's cup of tea. Whether that's therapy, shaman, reading cards, hypnotherapy, love, friendship, family, you know what I mean? Well, if you don't like me, you can fuck off and go and find who you do like. That's about every area of life. um, what's more important is that you like yourself and that you love yourself and that you strive to love yourself unconditionally. And then you will attract who does love you and who accepts you for who you are. Whether you swear or not, by the way, because I swear all the time and sorry, not sorry. Sometimes I don't like it. I watch some of these back and I'm like, oh no, it just happens. Actually, I mean, think about like Lewis Liam Capaldi. Now it's a bit, oh my god, a bit different because I haven't got Tourette's. I have sometimes wondered though. I'm not even joking. You know what I mean? I'm joking, but it's kind of like they all come under the same thingy. But like obviously his is kind of heartbreaking the way it. But look at it, I wouldn't change him for a. He's amazing. It would have been brilliant if his song just came on now, but it's even better than that. It's Just Us. I'm not even kidding you. Just Us just came on. So we've definitely got the theme of this, haven't we? I think everyone knows the words off by heart if you didn't before. I can't stand being the cause of the tears on your face. I can't sing it. There's a lump in my throat and it won't let me speak. You've been asking to talk. I've been putting it off. Guess I'm scared of letting you in on the lies that I keep. I don't even need to shuffle the cards. And I know the life I've been chasing is a waste of time. And I don't want to stay here, but I've been out of control. And I'm ready to face it, baby, once and for all. I'm so tired of running. That's the bit I can't do. I'm sick of letting you down. It's been a lonely road. Oh, we had lonely on the card, but it's all over now. Just us from here on out. Oh look, I just spoke about unconditional love, and I hear people talk about love just for something to say. In this modern world, it can live and then die in a day. It's a shock to the heart. We get lost in the dark, but unconditional love is a light that never fades. And I know that life been chasing is a waste of time. It's a waste of anyway. So, but the point is, I feel with that coming on and interrupting in the perfect time. It went off earlier today too, actually. In fact, it was the first song that woke me up. That sounds like, oh, it's gonna be an intense day. Um, that bit is like, I feel this masculine's like people haven't got a clue when they say I love you. Like the depth of how this person feels about you if you're the divine feminine is they can't put into words. And would you believe that is actually almost to the T, the same words I used in the session earlier? Like I felt the depth of emotion. Oh, I don't like that. The candle just went out. Oh my god. Denise had to go, didn't she? That is so. Oh, I don't like that. That's what happened when I was channeling that man earlier. When I described how he went, the candle went out at the same time. The light and the candle went out, and the smoke went up, And that's literally what just happened right in front of my eyes again. Oh, to me, did you just come back? Right. Oh my God. Of course you come back. Right. You know what happened earlier? How the candle went out when I went like that. And that just happened again. I just mentioned your cousin and that happened. So, but I don't like that that's the lights went out in this person's life. And I feel it's because they feel like they've lost you for good. Because if you think about how sad that song is, and that I've said this before, but the sad thing about, James Arthur is I think he has lost his, I don't think it was his wife, but I think he has lost his girlfriend. Actually, let's just Google it. I'm quite interested. But the last time I looked, it's like he must have. Oh, look. Oh my God, the card that just fell. Accept imperfection. Perfection doesn't exist. Embrace your flaws and all those of others. They're the key to growth. I feel the major life lesson here for this masculine is to learn that nobody's perfect and nobody expects you to be perfect. You just have to be true. That was really cheesy, but that is what just came out. Is James Arthur single? Yeah, it was James Arthur splits from his dancer girlfriend. That was June last year. Oh no, but maybe they're back now because no. James Arthur, wife and daughter, maybe they're back together now. Are they back together? Where did I find this up? Come on, give me the. I don't know if this is it. I need to know this information right now. So it's probably going to come into this. Oh, he looks very different now, anyway. Um, Celebrate Embers Carry. Oh yeah, that song. One of the songs, Embers, I think it is. That sounds like that's about a long lost. That sounds like that's about a twin flame, and I think Embers is a big hint. It's not telling me. Not telling me. How old is he? He's blah 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 blah. Where is the info here? After meeting on the X Factor, blah blah blah, on-off relationship with reportedly ended for good with someone close to the couple telling the mirror they'd grown apart. Okay, so we've not got a clue what he's doing. But I'd say, yeah, wouldn't be surprised if he was quite lost because hopefully not, but I don't know. Look, past life. Deja vu, repeated patterns, karmic lessons. Oh dear, I hope that's not. But you know what I mean? I feel to get back to this masculine in the past got caught up with karmic lessons, repeated patterns, self sabotage. That's so weird that I come on and heard to me and then you said the candle. I know it is really weird. And I'm just kind of like, I want to like, I just can't be bothered getting up. Right, we're lighting an energetic candle because I can't be bothered standing up to get one. Uh-oh, that card means two things to me. Sometimes it means somebody chose a soulmate over a twin flame because there's a twin flame card in it, which I did just see when I was shuffling. Deep love, unity, connection. I think this has two meanings. I think this is exactly what came out the last night. This is this is so annoying the channel, but it's what's happened. A lot of the collective of masculines have picked a soulmate instead of their twin flame, believing it would be easier and more practical, and maybe some things that's got to do with money and all that, more than likely, especially because it came out at the start. But it's like and like I said the other day, it doesn't always need to be that the karmic partner's like the Aquarius one. Enough said. If you saw Aquarius, I still haven't watched that back. That was all I remember is I kept feeling like I felt like heavy energy, and then I pulled out Psycho Crazy Stalker X. Enough said. I hope nobody connected with that. But yeah, like this could be somebody that they've picked that felt okay for a time, but then it's like what I said, like the spark goes because um it's not meant to be forever. It's a karmic lesson. you attract who you're vibrating with. You know, if you're vibrating at a certain level, that's who you attract into your life. Right. Okay. So what else? Do we need to know any more about the past? And I think there could have been something about bad habits. We'll just leave it at that. But I don't know if we'll ever change habits. So you can make your mind up what that would be about. It could be going out partying, however heavily, but habits. But it was in reverse. So I feel that's for a lot of people. It's like, um, yeah, there's something about people that have got caught up with bad patterns and karmic people, and but also for some it's like a shyness, secret admirer, suppressing, timid, resistance, waiting cycles, moments. For some, it could be like it's like me today. I'll do it today. I'll do it tomorrow, but I won't do it tomorrow because I don't want to do it on a Friday. I'll just do it tonight. You know what I mean? It's like somebody kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, thinking you've got all the time in the world. See how that connects with what I said to you earlier to me? Because, unfortunately, and again, I'm just a wee bit more aware. Sorry if his partner's watching, well, live, that's the real pressure. But like, even on the replay, that's what, you know, I can feel how much well, I'm just gonna say, yeah, I can feel how much love he has for her, and he was, she was then goal. Oh, sorry, I'm like, fucking hell. She was the end goal, and he didn't reach the end goal. You know what I mean? Clearly, why the candle went out there. So. Past life, and again, I feel you did. I feel the connection that you had with him. I feel it was a past life connect. I feel that's why it was so strong. Deja vu, repeated patterns, karmic lessons. I actually feel this guy was, I feel they were twin flames. I'm not going to know that until if that woman decides to connect with me. She'll know herself, but I feel it very strongly because I wouldn't be picking up on her that strongly if she wasn't. But yeah, there was a lot of like, look, oh my God, the word I kept using, look, depth, awareness, importance, value. And I just feel it is, again, because I'm saying this, I feel he, again, remember, guys, this kind of goes against my own stuff, but I feel I'm very strongly because I feel the validation wasn't given from where it needed to be, and the most important person that needs to is him from the spirit world, is the importance that you held in his life. Because I think that is something that's, again, that's a bit taboo, isn't it? But it is something that's to be said. Like, you don't even really want to give hypotheticals here, do you? But it's like, think about if I got ran over by a bus tomorrow or something. Do you think somebody would think to like say to my twin flame, oh, you know what I mean, our funeral's next week? Do you know what I'm saying? Sorry to be so blunt, but it's like, no, you know what I mean? It's probably vice versa. Like, we would be like, fuck all to each other. And that's not even the truth. And how sad is that? Let's hope none of this ever, comes to pass in any kind of way. But it's kind of like, because when one has their North Node where I do, it's not that impossible, guys. But I think they've got a wee bit more planned for me. But I have said before, like I've had never mind 9 lives. I've had several things happen to me like that. Gas leaks. I walked out of here once and a stone nearly fell on my head. Like, I mean, like a brick from the wall. Me and my mum were just standing there, and I was like, I was holding my niece too. She was a baby. I was like, what the fuck? It wouldn't have hit her. It would have knocked me clean out. But like, you're catching a bit. Sorry, that's a bad joke. But it's kind of like, you know what I mean? It does put things in perspective a little bit, that like, nobody ever really knows what somebody means to somebody, not if people don't open up and share their depths of their soul. And a lot of men in particular don't do that, do they? A lot of men don't even do that to the women they love, because I'm pretty sure mine loves the fuck out of me, but I mean, that's just my word. My word, it says. But yeah, depth, past life. But yeah, I really do feel there's a very strong connection there that transcends the physical. And it's just making sure that you don't go anywhere. You know what I mean? That you know that you've got a long and happy life. Yeah, habits. I don't know if will ever change. I mean, I'm not going to go too much deeper into that because it's like I'll talk. Oh, that's fucking sad. So right, okay, I'm going to stop tapping into it because I feel your cousin get like I'm going to stop doing that because it doesn't feel right when I do it. But as part of the story, like there's a real regret there. Look, marriage promises fidelity, withdrawn, single, and then, and if you think about that song again, like look, we'll not dive too deep into this guy's stuff because especially because out of respect for his partner, but that song is about I'm so tired of running, and I don't want to talk to you because of the lies that I keep and the secrets and all that. So it's kind of like I wasted a lot of time, and you're the one that I want, and I wasted a lot of time in my past life being trapped by that cycle of being in my ego. I let my pride get in the way of our connection, and then, like I always say, this always comes through like this when I bring through tragedies like this, but that should hit home to the people that have got a long and happy life ahead of them. Is it worth letting your pride get in the way? Keeping in that separation, space, and blockage, letting guilt get in the way. I feel pain from the damage I've caused. So, anyway, step back. Thank you very much for that because it's added effect to. And like I said, if that man's partner's watching at any point, I'm just kind of not bringing it, because it's that you need space to grieve. Uh, but he's coming through pretty strongly. Do you know what I mean? As you can see, because they want to. I say this all the time, but the guys that go to the spirit world, especially if they go that way, really always want to come through and teach all the other boys and men, especially, to value and make the most of their life and not spend time stuck in karmic cycles, you know. But you don't unless you get out of one when you realize. Well, not. I was about to say you get out of one when you realize you're in one, but not always. Some people know they're stuck and they're not doing anything about it, but some people are trying to do something. So it really just depends for different people. Right, tell us something else about the collective of this masculine. Um, Hey, just back from watching Zootropolis 2. Oh, I've never seen Zootropolis 1. Is it good? It's amazing how it is amazing how spirit works. And I don't want to say it, but I've been out of control when I'm ready to face it. Baby, once and for all. I'm just going to keep singing that bit. And then I can't sing that bit. If you're questioning it, you already know the answer. Oh, that's juicy. That's really juicy. And then especially, wait a minute, that's sorry, whatever the thumbnail was before, we've got the new one. Let's get the Hotman deck and see what else they want to say. Because Gemini's communication, it's got a letter on it, right? So there's communication coming, maybe even an actual letter, but that can be a text or a call or something too. But somebody's sitting on a letter. Oh my God, there's me going on about Dear John, hello. And again, oh, that bit in the film's like, how could you do that to Channing Tatum, you bitch? Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's just horrible because he's like waiting on their letter. And then he's like holding back the tears and he's throwing the water and he's like, she's moved on. She's already engaged. Oh, it's horrible. So fuck, something like that. Oh Christ, okay, that's definitely. So I think that's coming into this too. Because he's like the feminine in this equation and she's the masculine. I think that could be exactly what I've said because I've not watched that back. I don't want to, but I'm going to at some point. But whatever the fuck I channeled on Monday there, and I've put on the thumbnail, the rings are coming off. It's like, and I've been saying it all year. I've been saying he is so hot. And the mind you, he's older now, but you know what I mean. But in Dear John, hello, yes, please. But it's like, um, well, sorry, that's distracted me. Now I'm thinking of Dear John with his top off. But it's like, it's yeah, like he gets blindsided because he's assuming she's with the younger guy that was a problem at the start, and it's not at all that, and it's the neighbor, and you're like, what the fuck? No, I know a lot of guys do look better the older they get, but I don't think he does. I'm like Channing Tatum's way. I really do, sorry, Channing Tatum, if you're out there, but I don't think he does. Um, let me just. I will wait a minute. I'll make a real time Channing Tatum right now. Let's see. I mean, he's forgot. He's never. That was him at his prime. You know what I mean? He's never gonna. Anyway, right. Let's see. Channing Tatum, 25. Sorry, I might be going back on this. He does look quite hot there. I mean, it's come on. It's Channing Tatum. It's fine. I don't know. It's I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know how recent these are. Maybe okay, I take that back. I mean, it's just but anyway, it's yeah, there's something about this. Like letters. That's what I'm getting. Like Dear John, letters, notebook, letters. There's a whole load of things that haven't been said. That's what I'm getting here. But specifically, it's I don't think I'm allowed to know. I don't think they're wanting me to say it because I keep floating off and not saying it. But I'm trying to get it. It's like there's something blindsided the feminine. So in your connection, you'll know what that was, but something blindsided the feminine because in that he's like, they think they're both that same. They're both totally in love with each other, and then out of the blue, she's like, sorry, it's over, and I'm engaged to somebody else. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, something doesn't add up here. And then he doesn't get to find out what the hell that's all about until like, 6, 7 years later. Um, Step Up's my favorite. Yeah, Step Up's my favorite. That's anyway. I'm not getting to that story, but yeah, Step Up is my favorite. Um, I don't think his looks are better now, Heather. Oh my god, we're gonna have to disagree there. I mean, he's still got it going on, but his looks are better now. No, don't agree with that. Right. So, because remember, actually, that I think they make me go on about that because he's had a hard paper round. Like he's a functioning alcoholic. Like that's well known that's why he split up. That's why he got divorced. Like, um, because obviously they were a really hot couple because that was the actual pair in Step Up. Um, so that's what I mean. You can tell like that. I can see that, and I can see people's souls, and I can see that that's taking its toll. So that actually could have something, that could be something to do with this. Like someone's partied too hard, and it shows. It's kind of like what I've said about see women as well. Like if you spend too much time in the sun, that's going to show too. You know what I mean? I was unlucky. I didn't spend too much time in the sun, and I've got wrinkles on my head. It's really unfair. I don't know why. I wasn't in the sun, and I'd be under the brolly. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? It's like you don't take care of yourself when you're younger. It is going to show, and it's all right. We've all got a story to tell, but that's what I mean. It's like I can tell, I can see what he's been hiding. I can see what everyone's hiding though. So yeah, if you're questioning, you already know the answer. So this is all the past energy. So it's like they're just saying it's very like Dear John. Something doesn't add up. Like we don't know until that moment. It's not that she doesn't love him anymore and that she's picked the other guy. It's that she's felt guilty and like, the neighbor didn't have anyone to look after the son with him. So she's shacked up with him basically. Do you know what I mean? It's like I know it's a bit fucked up, but it's like, it's he wasn't there. That's because that's what she keeps saying. Hey, you weren't there. I didn't know what to do. You know what I mean? She's actually quite selfish in that. That's what I thought there. She's quite selfish in that scene. Like she makes it all about her. And it's like, hey, hang a minute, head. He's just been at fucking war and you've dumped him, and then you're actually saying like anyway, just a film. Right, okay, so what have we got to go with that card? I'm thinking and I'm planning. And I was in denial. Oh my God, creepy. I put that in the title. I've put it in the title before I pulled the card. Put it in the title before I pulled the card. That's so weird. Oh my God. I guess I am in the right profession. Look, I was in denial. I'm sorry I hid my real feelings. That's what we've just read. We have literally just read that. I'm sorry I hid my real feelings for you. I have always been in love with you, and I'm a coward for not admitting that to you sooner. I'm gaining the courage to tell you face to face. Or I'm going to write you a letter because I'm shiting myself. That could be an email too, because it looks like the email. I'm thinking I've been hearing songs, the song going off, and music that reminds me of you, and it makes me want to reach out to you even more. I'm planning. I want us to get together in person. I'm just afraid of messing it up with my stupid behavior. All of these. I'm thinking, I'm planning, I was in denial. But yeah, so I feel that's what this masculine collective are saying. You already know, like, you know how I feel about you. But even if you think you know how somebody feels about you, it's never quite the same as somebody actually confirming it. So yeah, that's a good one. And I bet you there's a card in that deck that it's going to be like, oh, it's not as there's a card that says something like not everything is what you think it is or some shit like that. I'm getting the feeling that might come out. Let's see. God, I'm mixing them all up. God damn it. I want to kiss you. That's my favourite one actually. I love all the ones in that deck. And I said this before, but it was like I got that deck. I don't know why. I don't know why other people haven't bought it, but like nobody had it up until really recently. And I was like, why is nobody? But like, because it wasn't even that much. I'm just like, well, everyone's got it now. Gambling. Oh, that's so interesting. I was talking about gambling earlier. Excessive gambling can have dangerous consequences. Don't risk too much. So in the past, this masculine could have either literally had a gambling problem, or they could have one now, or it was like the people around was like, or they thought themselves it's too much of a risk, it's too much of a gamble. Like I need to stick with what I know and what's expected of me. This connection is too taboo. And I can't stop singing that song in my head, so I'm just gonna have to ignore it. And I don't want to. Oh no, shit! Like there's more, just in case people needed more clarity. Many choices when I put that thing about that. Oh, that's why. That's why that's in the title. Opportunities abound when you're in a dilemma. All roads lead to Rome. Look at all your options. Holy shit, that is exactly where a lot of people are at. Money tree. Dreams come true. You will get what you've long desired. Enjoy your wealth. I feel the message is there. It's a bit of both, right? Some days pick the path to do with money and what makes sense and the practical path. It is what it is. That's what a lot of the masculines do, men and women, everyone I've worked with. It's the way you've been wired, basically. But the true path to your divine inheritance lies um, in the path unwalked. You know, whatever way you want. It's all the many poems that are out there. The path you didn't choose that you wanted to choose. That's where the real wealth is in all forms. Because money, you know what I mean? Money doesn't, we all know this, money doesn't buy you happiness. You could have tons of money and an amazing house and a fancy car and, you know, all of that, fancy holidays and blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, like I always say, my worst nightmare would be sitting on opposite couches from somebody that I can't stand, like with a lovely house, a lovely car, and a few kids that obviously you're going to love, watching the telly like I don't want to be here. And sorry, that's a lot of people in the world, isn't it? Ain't going to be me. Rather be myself. Like I'm the type of person. I'm on my own, or I'm like curled up on the same couch as my person, probably watching The Office. I've not got a choice, but like, do you know what I mean? Like I don't. That I'm very Plutonian in that way. I don't want anything else. There's no point. Um, Vacation. So that's quite funny, though, isn't it? I was just talking about vacations, but I feel this is something. Now I feel this is the past energy. So like this could be talking about a holiday that the masculine's been on with a karmic energy or something. Start a perfect vacation, enjoy the freedom, take time to recharge. But I feel they're now going into um they're now going into like the what this person wants. No, wait a minute, I've mixed these cards. Oh, this is driving me nuts. These cards look too similar. This is a message. These cards look too similar, and my voice just cracked. There was definitely a group of people they couldn't decide what they didn't know what to do, and they picked them. Sorry, this is. I sound like I'm channeling the lines out, dear John. I'm not meaning to, because now it's like they see me and he's like, just tell me what to do. Just tell me what to do. Just tell me what to do. You know what I mean? Because it's about 9/11. You know what I mean? All very dramatic. Right, okay, so let's go into current energy. What's the present energy? Tell me the present energy. Oh, there she is. So look, this is the feminines that I'm channeling. Time healed me, but it didn't erase you. Hard hitting that it's a woman on the card too. So that this divine feminine collective, you have healed. You know, like I said, we're never fully healed, but you have healed enough to accept the way things are. So if this person, if you know that this person is someone else, or you sense, it's all different for different people. Like you accept it. You've got no choice, but it doesn't change your feelings. Um, and it doesn't matter how much time went by. That's why they make me talk about Dear John in the notebook. And Dear John, it's 6 years. Then it's a further 2 years. Doesn't matter. They meet years later when they're older in a cafe. Shit scene. I think they could have made that better. But they've only got eyes for each other. It doesn't matter. She married somebody. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter. Sadly, the guy passes away. I hope that's going to undo anyone. And then they reunite later. Soulmates. Twin flames is meant to be. When it's love, it's love. The notebook. All those years pass, 7 years. They don't forget about each other. We all know because I fucking say it all the time and everybody knows it. It wasn't over. Still isn't over. But he actually says that because she says it was real, wasn't it? We were just a couple of kids, but it was real. We were really in love. And then when they start arguing, she's like, it wasn't over for me. I waited for you for 7 years. And he's like, I wrote to you every day for a year. I wrote you 365 letters. And then they kiss in the rain and it's fucking hot. And then it gets even hotter. Okay, so I feel there's a passionate connection. That's why it makes sense to me that that's when this is the full moon in my eighth house. They're making me because the eighth house is sex and it's sacred union, it's sexual union, and it's like it's intense. Like if you've got planets in the eighth house and you're a twin flame, you've likely got that kind of it wouldn't be everyone's cup of tea, but it's like the tension. You've got that sexual tension, so it does mean if you've ever argued with this person, that would be in the air, but not like toxic kind of way. You know what I mean? It's like there's something. You know what I mean? It's pent up tension. I can feel it as I'm channeling this. Right. So my fat looks better. Heather, don't be saying things like that. Everything does look better with a tan though. Mine's always fake. I try to do that like sometimes used to do it once a week, but I try to do it once every couple of weeks. It just makes me look a wee bit more alive to be honest, but I still look pale as anything. So. Right. What's the current energy for the fem? Oh no, I did just get that. Like, give me the current energy for the masculine. Oh, what? That's exactly what I referenced. Remember, I said there's a card in this that says something like it's not exactly what you think. Fucking hell. Do you know the even weirder thing is, right? I don't think that's even the card I meant. I think I meant another one, that this is the wording that look, the truth is more complicated than you think. So whoever's resonating with this, there's something you don't know. Like it's going to be something like in Dear John where you think they've picked the obvious person and it's like they picked the fucking neighbor because they're like, I don't know. But you know what I mean? It's something it's not, it's more complicated. And also 9:15 could be a time that's significant because that's the time it is on the clock. Interesting. What else? There's something behind your eyes. What are you hiding? Oh my God, I've not seen that one yet. So I felt that in my head too. This is present energy. I feel so this is only going to be for a few people, but I feel because this is a masculine card, I feel that if you're the feminine, male or female, I feel you've had a moment with this person. This could have been recent, it could have been years ago, but you've had a moment with this person and you felt something in their eyes. You felt they were trying to tell you something without telling you something. Now, this could be I love you, this could be like the past life love coming through, or this could be something about this life that they couldn't say, but you felt there's something that they're hiding. Again, it could just be the depth of their emotion for you, especially because I kept using the word depth and then that came out. But it could be something much more there's something complicated. There's something complicated. It's something like so just imagine the first time you seen Dear John. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I there's every chance I did guess it was the neighbour, you know. I mean, because that's what I do. I'm good at pattern recognition. I think I possibly did. I'm not. I mean, I've not been friends with that person for a long time. But I'll bump into her in the street or something, or I don't know. I'll bump into her. I was going to say the play. That'd be weird if it's specific. I was going to say the play park or something when I'm with my nieces, but it's like I'll bump and I'll be like, here, see when we went to see Dear John. Did I guess the ending? I think we were just both consumed with other weird synchronicities. But it's quite funny. Yeah, but I really do feel there's something like there's been a moment that only look mind power, telepathy. That's quite funny. Use your intelligence, analyze data, logic, and think rationally. Lead with your mind. But that's just confirming what I've said. That at some point this person's made you know, a head over heart decision that has broke their heart, that they've come to regret, however long ago it was. But it might still be the case that if they had to do it again, they would have to make the same decision. You don't know how complicated it is. Right, okay. So, who's text me? My mum. Right, okay. So, we need any more about that. This is still the present energy. Right. So, What would help the masculine get out their comfort? Oh no! Wait a minute. Fuck. Right. That. You know how I just said that's my mum. Look at that. That was my mum, but look, mum says hang up. So it's that old one again. There could be something about a mum that had a problem or gave bad advice or something. It doesn't, and again, remember what I said, it doesn't always need to be that like this is the mum's really horrible, or I mean, it could be that, but it's probably just like, that's the advice that they thought was right at the time, and then they could even regret it now. But you just never know. You don't know that either for different situations. But it's just that's not a coincidence that I've just been led to check yeah, especially because I looked down at untangle emotional dependency, and I did pick up codependency. When love feels like survival, it's not love, it's fear. You're safe without the attachment. So again, I think it's what comes up all the time that this you triggered this person's everything. The feelings that they felt for you weren't familiar, and it's they ran. But now I'm shuffling the big double deck, so this is probably going to give us some more details. Well, whoever they are, they keep an eye on you, looking you up, researching you, studying you, getting info. I do feel that's the masculine about the feminine. Oh, wolf in sheep's clothing and bankrupt. Something's went down with money. Spiritual gifts. That I think that's just picking up on what I've picked up on about the feminine. Oh my god, do you know what? That's so weird. I knew that card was going to come out. That's so weird how I know that. That's one of the ones I don't like showing. All I'll say is, and it makes it obvious when I say it, this person caught more than they were bargaining for with that person or however many people. But I saw that clairvoyantly for a game. Boss daddy. Stable, rich, business owner, CEO, BDE. They're telling you. Same shit, different day. So wherever boss daddy is right now, they're bored. Same shit, different day. Creeping. Or is it boss daddy that's creeping, or is it people creeping on the boss daddy? sorry for how this is coming out. Hooked. Now, this group of masculines, it could be entrepreneurs or they could have their own business, whatever you consider a math daddy. Like I've said before, that kind of creeps me out because it just reminds me when people are like, "Hey, dad," like, "Oh, it's just big." But anyway, somebody's got rid of an attachment, or that's the way that this will go. So this boss daddy had a negative attachment. But at some point they must have saw as a queen bee, because that's my divine feminine card, but the way it's coming out, it's like that's divine masculine, divine feminine. So at some point this person's thought that was the right person. Secure, confident, boss bitch, career focused. So I feel it's like whoever the person chose that went the wrong way could have given a an air that they were more confident than what they actually were. And then it's probably going to be, if fake smiles comes out, that's going to make sense. But it's like the mask slipped and this person was very different. This is the same as what, yeah, hooked. And they were very attached. They were an attachment. But that came out reversed a minute ago. So it's like whoever that is, I'm picking up on a wave of masculines, that's over. So whether if this was a serious commitment, like if this was a marriage, it's ended up in divorce. It either already is or that's the way it's going. If this was a relationship, it's over. It's like that. But it's and that's to do with Saturn and Neptune and Pisces now goes, well, one direct, the other one going direct, and then just you wait. People that are still caught up in illusions, when they move into Aries, that's when it's going to get ugly, because the real truth will come out about a lot of stuff. Yeah, rejected. Oh my god, I can't believe this. This is look threatening, and these people are not to be played with. They could play dirty, nasty. Rejected. That's the same order that came out the other day. The masculine, it looked too busy winning. So I know what they're saying. It's like when this masculine was in distorted energy in their ego, like what I said at the start, it's like you've had blurred vision. Oh my god, me not being able to find my contacts at the start, and you've not been able to see that this was a bad moving. And there's going to be people moving out of family homes, if not already, from people with bad reputations. I'm putting these down now because they are not the queen bee, they are not the queen rising, they are not the divine feminine. Wow. And because that said bad reputation too, guys, this is kind of interesting. Remember the last one I done? I haven't watched it back, but I remember saying people haven't saw through this person yet. Obviously, there's going to be people, there's going to always be people like me and other people that see through, whoever in this, whoever all the people that connect with this, whoever all the people are around, there'll be people in this person's life. But this is like, this might be a continuation for that group of people, because they kept coming out reverse, and I was taking it like people can't see through this person. But this is now coming out that like that's exactly what I said. This person is not who they made out they were. Or this masculine that I'm channeling is like, that is not. Look, stepping into power, praised, coming up in the spotlight, but it was in reverse. It's not a divine feminine. So they must get legal issues. This is a divorce I'm picking up on again. Look, divorce and thief. So, oh my God, divorce, thief, and bankruptcy again. So, I mean, I hope that's not literal. Sorry to laugh, it makes me a bit nervous. I hope that's not fucking literal. But it can just be this person stole energy, stole time, energy, from this person's life. Or or it could be literal. But it's ended up like, this could just be a money grabber, a Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And it's so creepy. Look, she's looking you up. Oh my God, look how these cards are landing. Looking you up and bad reputation is creeping out. See? And I think spiritual hater is too. That's so the person that's creeping and getting info is the karmic energy. Oh my God, it might be because if engagements were broke off, it might be because of that. Because I love you, a guy with a ring, and it's in reverse. Okay, we need these could get a bit addictive because it just starts getting a bit ridiculous. But that is kind of seeming a bit of a similar story. Remember ages ago, right? When it wasn't ages ago, it was a few months ago when I was uploading the shorts, and as I was uploading the shorts, I was watching an episode of The Office, and someone said in the episode, he's going through a messy divorce. And I put it in the comments of that shorts. I've no idea what one it is. So for some people, that's the past. For some people, it's now. For some people, it's the future. And for some people, this isn't your story. But that's what that's reminding me of. Reflecting and someone's healing from that situation and living in the moment. Yeah, about, and look, ego keeps coming up. Heart ego getting in the way of relationship. Dodging, oh my God, dodging bullets. Blocking negativity, escaping crazy people, protected by haters. So, oh, there's cope as well, peeking out, and it's got, alcohol and whatever else in the background, and I've already said that. Yeah, so basically there's lots of stuff coming through here, right? Feeling like shit. There's lots of stuff coming through here, but what karmic friends, is that karmic friends? I think it is. Yep, karmic friends. Can't fully trust them. Tension, secret competition, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. It's the same fucking story all the time. That it's all the people are revealing themselves, whether it's lovers, girlfriends, wives, husbands, boyfriends, whatever the fucking hell people call it, whatever these days. I'm sounding like an old man when I say it, but you know what I'm saying. Whatever people are in, open relationships, closed relationships, whatever floats your boat. It's like this person has revealed themselves to have a bad reputation. So whatever the rules of the game were of what someone's connection was, somebody played dirty, could be literal, and wasn't playing by the rules and protected by haters. Somebody thought they had friends around them and they weren't friends. I've channeled I love you, and they've realised that they love you. Too busy winning. This is just a masculine, a spokesperson coming through saying I was in my ego, shocking news. Now this could be, I feel whoever this is for, this is going to make sense to you. The shocking news is going to be all of this is going to come, all of this is going to come your way, and you're like, oh fuck hell, Claire just read that. Look, unbothered, but you might be like, you know what I mean? Move in. Look, move in. I think unbothered has come out because it's like I feel this group of feminines. This has been such a long time that this person's left you in the dark. You don't know what the deal is. Drama starter, but they've needed to put a drama starter behind them, and they're moving on and crying over you, sad, hurt, upset. This is a dark night of soul, basically. Love triangle in reverse, third party, multiple lovers choices. Screenshot. Get, oh my god, I'm putting this getting ridiculous now, but Twinflame in reverse. Oh, it's that one again. So yeah, I do think it's been one of these crazies that's been like, I'm your twin flame. They're lying. I'm the real one. And obviously we know it's not the case. It's they have been the karmic energy and it's not been real and it's ended up in tears. So sorry for anyone that might be resonating with. Let's move on to the next bit now. Wait a minute, sorry, you seem to have said quite a lot and I've missed this. So I'm being serious. Yeah, the problem is, Heather, see when you are saying things, it's I don't know what but sorry, that's what I can't keep up with, but um keep getting that what message, see what I mean, I don't know what people are saying. That there's some kind of understanding more to it. All right, so you're saying that in relation, is that card that was like it's complicated. Um on a side note, I drew the other week. I actually listen, keep getting guided to write, but I don't know the first thing. I'm no bankrupt, but I can't afford my A levels next year. Well, get changing that affirmation. Get changing that. Yeah, I caught alive because there's time yet to change that. jump a timeline to your abundant timeline. And it is possible. I've done it before. I'm going to fucking do it again. I don't know when, but I'm going to do it again. Oh, my ex tried to hint he was my twin. Hell no. Yeah, I think they all try it. Like I'm saying, it's pretty easy. Like, think about it. Somebody could literally just stalk a channel like mine, learn all about it. I've said that before, but basically anyone that's been around the divine feminine could pretend to be one, especially if they've, either if they've been in your personal life or if they've watched things, it's easy. They could totally trick someone with that. But then that's where it's kind of like, you know what I mean? It's a bit of a weird one because it's like, you can click on the hashtags, the karmic people and the masculines. Do they not see all the things that we see? That's like, this person's like, fucking yanking your chain and you're being tricked. And I don't know. I really don't know because some people don't use YouTube in the way that everyone else does, but it's a bit baffling. That's why it's like it's a bit of a spell, but fuck knows. Right, anyway, so um right. What karmic lessons are being learned and what needs to be released? I think I've already went into all of that. What karmic lessons are being learned and what needs to be released? Resolutions. Strive for harmonious solutions. So the karmic lesson that I'm going to address it if you're the feminine, male or female. The karmic lesson you're learning is to remember the higher calling, the higher purpose of being a twin flame. And remember, I am only speaking to twins. Sorry, I'm like, because I'm just like, oh God, I've got to do cancer after this too. But I'm only addressing twin flames. So if you're not a true twin flame and you're confused about who your twin flame and all that, like that's what I help people in personal sessions. But anyone watching this, if you're not a twin flame, like that's not for you. I wouldn't give the same advice. It's not advice anyway. It's just you've got to use your own personal discernment, and this is all entertainment, and you know what I'm saying. But it's kind of like you know what this is about. If you're the feminine energy, you know what this is about, and you want a resolution. You don't want to keep this karmic cycle going on. You want to put a closure to it. I'd imagine as well, especially because there's always that thing about when it's coming at the end of the year. I don't care what anybody says. You would always just want to have that conversation before you drag it into another year. But if you're divine feminine, you don't fucking care what time of the day it is or what you're doing. You just want that conversation. You know what I'm saying? And but yeah, I feel you want you want a harmonious resolution from it, either way, for you and the person to be happy. They're pulling me the tube that says be happy. Because to be in I don't usually say that word, but to be in a perpetual state of not knowing, that can drive you crazy. Believe me, I think a lot of us know that. And then you have to let it go. Hawk just came out in reverse. Hawking keeps your relationship alive. So you're frustrated with not being able to talk to this person to just find out what the fuck is going on. So you just have to broadcast through your shared telepathy. You can talk to me. You can come and talk to me at any time of the day. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. It doesn't matter what you interrupt. I'm here to listen because this is my life too, actually. And it's, do you know what I'm saying? You can just either broadcast it out telepathically, or if you're in a place to, well, obviously, if you're in a place to say it to them, you'd be like, what the fuck's going on? Do you know what I mean? But then they might run away and not tell you anyway. So I feel, just if you're in that position, just say to the person, just tell me what it is, however bad it is, just tell me. Because you're making it worse the longer you leave it. Right. But I also feel as well that's the masculine gearing up to talk. That's their lesson. Because they want resolutions, the same card. Interesting. So strive for harmonious solutions. So I really do feel it's like the shorts that I've done for, might have even been for today. There's a talk coming. To quote Towie a few years ago, there's a peace talk. Except he actually says this ain't no peace talk. Except I think this is a peace talk. That to express shared feelings, reciprocate. I think for a lot of people, if there's been a huge, like, oh God, yeah, oh fuck, if there's been a huge, these cards freak me. I mean, all the cards freak me out, but these cards freak me out. If there's been a huge question mark over, like, why has this person just stayed the hell away? Like, why? Well, you've picked somebody else. Well, why don't you just say that then? And we can all just move on, however we're meant to move on. Like, why leave it so up in the air? Um, this is why we all make mistakes. That's not great, is it? I wouldn't want to be referred to as someone's mistake now, but mistakes, people make mistakes, mistakes make people. Love teaches us many lessons. There's something strongly coming through here about, like, if some people are still going through an ego death, that's why they're not talking. Like, they're not ready to talk yet. They're still healing from whatever they went through. It just doesn't matter what deck I'm using. Choices. Has everyone got that? Has everybody got the astrology crystal clearly? This is an important choice point. Choices. Pause before you choose. But that actually came out of verse. So this, whatever this person's chosen, they've chosen. So to be blunt, some people have chose the karmic path. They've chose the karmic path. They'll find out what that leads to further down the road. And I think we all know it's not going to be great. Um, and some people have chosen the twin flame path and they're on their way to you. Metaphorically, I don't mean like literally, well, some of them might be. Faithful, fidelity brings strong relationships, and that's the intention, to be faithful and not put you in any more triangles. So if this person, look, they value the connection now. So if this person like tried to play games and evaluate your emotions for a firm decision, if this person tried to get your attention by like, getting with loads of different people and seeing if you were still paying attention or whatever, like that's not the kind of bullshit they want to do. So um because I want a future with you and I need to tell you the truth. I ran because I wasn't ready for you. I'm on my way to you. I knew it was coming. I knew. I underestimated how important you are in my life. Wow. Holy fucking shit, guys. So again, if you don't get that, like I've said before, if you're brand new, I know it can sometimes seem like that I'm not being cocky about it. Like I'm being the spokesperson for whoever's higher self's coming through right now. I want a future with you and I need to tell you the truth about that. And I need to tell you the truth about the mystery. I ran because I wasn't ready for you. I'm on my way to you. And I just said that before it came out, as you all saw. I underestimated how important you are in my life. So this person's being honest that at some point they underestimated how important you were going to be in the future. But I just feel it was all down to this person's confidence. Secret admirer, suppressed and timid. And that's why you shouldn't always think it's a bad, like, it's more, never mind a bad thing, it's more a sad thing. You don't need any more sadness today. Thanks very much. So, right, shadow work. Although this whole thing's been shadow work. What is from shadow work? Shatter the false story. Oh my God, I pulled that in the session today. What you keep telling yourself might not be the truth. Break the illusion and meet your soul without the mask. That's the feminine's card. So whatever it is you're telling yourself, that might not be the truth. And I've already said that throughout this whole thing. And also on this picture, I noticed this earlier, there's a wine glass in a frame. So there's definitely alcohol's definitely played a part in this, whether it's the feminine or the masculine. Like alcohol's caused trouble in this connection. Whether it's like a drink problem or just too much partying or confusion when you, it could even be the like confusion when you've been, I don't know. That could go so many different ways. Right. Masculine. Ooh. Kindness creates change. Every act of kindness shifts something somewhere. Be the reason someone feels like hope again. So this comes through quite a lot, but I feel because pulling my eyes directly to the star on top of the tree, a bit like what I channeled to Bex the other night, wasn't it? It's like you might not realize that you're like the star card to this person. You're the star on top of the tree. Like your kindness has given them hope in a dark place. And they're pulling me at my thing that's like good friends lift you when you forget how to fly. So I feel when this person's been going through their dark night of soul or spiritual awakening, either they've not had anybody really, and it wouldn't be not having anyone, but not anyone that really got what they were going through, or if they have, alongside the people that have supported them, like you've been like an angel guiding them through the dark. Oh my god, I said that. Overcome self-doubt. Self-doubt clouds your vision. Trust in your abilities and take the leap. Your future self will thank you. Oh my god, and the card says, I want a future with you. So that's so interesting. I've been doing this that long, but that's so interesting that feminine had visionary and it's got a psychic on the card. And the whole sad thing about that was you saw what the potential was to be in the future, but this person either had a glimpse of it and shut down again, or they couldn't see. More likely that they felt it and then they thought, nah, no, that doesn't happen to me. You both felt that at some point, I would say. But this is saying overcome self doubt. Self doubt is overclouding your vision. That's what you're learning in the shadows. And trust in your abilities and take the leap. Your future self will thank you. Basically, it's like, and think about what I said, it's like that definitely fits with like, it is now or never. Like I honestly I get sick of channeling all of these, to be honest. And like, obviously, I'm really in that mood right now. But it's gonna exaggerate how fed up I'm doing this because it's the last full moon of the year. It's a full moon exaggerate. So just ignore how moany I'm going to be in this. Basically, it's part of the message. But it's like, I've channeled so many times over the past 4 years, and like longer than that, the time I've been working with Twinflame. This is an important choice point, and what you decide now matters. You can get stuck for months and years. And this is where a lot of this masculine collector, like you can make a decision right now, if you're the masculine, male or female, that could change your life for the better, for your future, for what you want. Or you could decide to stay stuck where you are and not do anything. Like you could free yourself, and you could free the feminine. Because I think that's the message too. Like the masculines are telling themselves a sad story that might not be true either. It's like both people are telling themselves a sad story. Soften, oh my god, soften the armor and learn from the pain. What once protected you may now be holding you back. Let your heart breathe without defense. Yeah, and it's a woman. She's undoing her top there with. But it's not. It's not to reveal a leopard print bra or something. It's because I was mentioning the leopard print. It's her heart. So I feel for good reason if you're the divine feminine, male or female, but it is for dramatic effect. It's the woman on the card. Um, you want solutions, and so does this masculine. And it's important you learn from the pain. Pain is a catalyst for change. Allow it to lead you to the deeper wisdom and growth. It's quite funny. It's like I keep saying, Cliff, I keep seeing the scene, and I keep jumping from Dear John in the Notebook, but it's like the scene in the Notebook when he's like, "Stop thinking about what I want, what your parents want, what he wants. What do you want?" And it's the bit that they always take the piss out of takeaways. Like it's like I don't know. It's not that simple. It's not that easy. When it really is. She wants him. She wants Noah. But like I always say about that film, that is a difficult decision because that other guy is hot too, and he seems nice, but she wants Noah. And that's really what it comes down to. And again, whenever I sometimes use that example, I sometimes think it could be a bit like that. It could be that it's like, there wasn't, that it's different collectives, because there is one collective where somebody has got a bad reputation and they've been found out, or they're going to be. I don't know what the bad reputation's for. We can only imagine. And then there's another group of people where it's a bit like the Notebook, where it's like that other soulmate's just been caught up in the crossfire. But either way, it's kinder to them because then they can go and find who their lobster is. Accept past choices, accept your decisions. That's what this whole thing's been about. However imperfect, they brought you to where you are now. Let them go and move forward. And that's like in the notebook, isn't it? They have to accept, well, rather than sort of, you know, dwelling on everything that's happened, why don't you just move forward and be happy? Face what you've avoided. Avoidance is a chain in disguise. What you're not willing to face still controls you. And that's why I think there's, Gemini is about communication, and that's why they're stressing. If you're the person that's got the ability to stop that cycle of silence and clear up, I can't believe this, clear up not talking, then do it. Because I think if you don't, I can think of some of the things I've said in this. Things could go in different directions. You know what I mean? You aren't communicating your needs clearly. You need to discuss how you feel. It's just, I've said it loads of times before, but it's just that kind of case. It's like the longer and longer and longer and longer you leave it, you're letting somebody get used to not being with you, and you've left them in that place of not knowing. So you can either sort of stay in the victim mode of not doing anything about it and thinking it's too late, or you can go and find out if it is too late. And if for the people that don't do that, then it's stupid. I don't normally call it, but it is stupid. It's stupid to waste those opportunities. Truth, and that's the truth. Judgment Day. That's the judgment card. That's not even that I'm using that deck, but it was stuck in the wrong place. But it's obviously right. That's the motherfucking truth. Gemini full moon, man. That's the motherfucking truth. I don't know why I'm saying motherfucking either, but that's coming out of my mouth. Right, okay, so because I mentioned self doubt, well, the card said self doubt, and I said something about confidence. What's an affirmation for the masculine? This is the only time I get to live today. I choose to enjoy it. I have the self esteem, power, and confidence to move forward in life with ease. I'm a radiant being enjoying life to the fullest. Underline. My life gets more fabulous every day. I look forward to what each new hour brings. That's kind of giving the energy of somebody that's looking forward to moving forward. And then look, the King of Wands is sit. Oh my God, King and that's obviously from the other day. Look, I'd say there's a King of Wands that's excited about going to their Queen of Wands because they've got their wand back. Sorry, I kind of did mean that, but look, the Ace of Wands is behind it. Their passion. They've got their wand back. You could tell Sagittarius season's about creation, invitation, enterprise, potential. Like they've got their excitement back. But there's definitely been divorces here because we've got the Justice card and the Three of Swords. There's definitely been injustice. Oh my God, and there's a guy at a crossroads. Look, he's got a whole load of baggage and he's like, what way do I go? And it's so weird because it's a 10 of Wands. Like that reminds me of 2 Wands. Burden, responsibility, hard work, completion. I would say at some point this guy chose the wrong way. Whether it's out of do-gooderness, self-sacrifice or whatever, it's like, or doing the right thing. Because who's to say, we don't know, that might have been the right thing to do, not going towards the feminine. But now they're heading towards the feminine. Finish line ahead. I'll actually shuffle these rather than just picking them up. Right. I was actually meant to stop this at 9 and do Cancer at 10 and just, and do Cancer at 9 just to put in the picture. It's 7 minutes past 10, but it's fine. And actually, the full moon is just over an hour. Right, what would help with inner union? Let's see if we get a pair. Because I meant to put that in the community tab, right? Do you realize? Well, people that know tarot will realize this, but do you realize what are the chances of getting the Emperor and the Empress and the Queen and King of Wands? Like that was 2 days in a row. Like that's crazy. Like I think it was on all three live streams. I think there was pairs in all three. I haven't watched them back yet. I've watched 10 minutes of the first one. So no, more than 10 minutes, 45 minutes or something. See, I can't lie. But yeah, look, this guy's coming in quick. 81s. This guy's when this guy's from whatever they've been stuck in, when this guy can move, they're on the move. And there is a guy on this, so I'm saying guy. Focused action, fast paced, alignment, travel. It's like everything's coming into alignment and it's happening really, really quickly. So that's the feminine's card. So like basically that's a guy coming to you really that's somebody's coming really quickly. Something happens really quickly. That's the arrows of love as well. You think there's a missed opportunity here. Lost opportunity, lack of planning, foresight. Like if you're the divine feminine, like you've closed the book, you've closed the door, you've closed the like, and it's like somebody's like, oh hello, the delay of Mercury retrograde. It's like you could just be sitting, you could just be sitting fucking enjoying your Christmas films, and this person just fucking pops up out of nowhere. Um, Personal transition, resistance, unfinished because it's unfinished business, and that person looked really sad on that card. Right, what for the masculine? And by the way, the whole time I've been doing this, I just keep hearing that James Arthur. It's really annoying, but it's like they're singing that in my head the whole time. Um, Look, no fucking lying, guys. Whoever's making sense of look, the guy's like, well, hey, this person's excited. He's jumping up in the air like, woohoo, I'm free. That guy is literally like, woohoo, I'm free. Success, recognition, progress, confidence. So whether it's just this person's happy they've got their confidence back after a challenging situation, or it could be like a horse breaking free of a field. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like someone's felt like a caged animal. I'm free from the status quo. What was it? Personal beliefs, freedom, change rules. There's me saying freedom. Yeah, someone's free. The karmic justice. Things are being balanced. Equanimity, rightness, triumph, truth, law. There definitely could have been a win in a court case for some. That's obviously not going to be loads of people, but there's definitely like some kind of balance of karma here, I would say. Favorite card in the deck does it? Oh my god, I'm fucking sorry. I'm like, that's even better than getting a pair. Hello, hello, hello. Like this person's gonna be coming out. It's like, sorry, I didn't like saying this because this feels like this is just like I always say. These are true fucking stories, and if it's your story, you'll know because it will happen. But the arrows of love are going to come out of nowhere, and I don't like saying you're not going to see this coming, but I actually do think it is because they're showing me like things in films where things like that happen, and they're showing me any times where I've been surprised. It's like you're not going to see this. You might have a slight feeling, but it's one of these things that you might think at the time. And like I had a feel like that the other day, and I was cooking in the kitchen. I was just kind of like, I was just having all these different synchronicities, and I was listening to something, and I was like, that'd be really weird if something happened right now. But it's like, you know what I mean? It's like you're feeling this person's energy coming closer and closer. Unified love, partnership, mutual affection, because they're heartbroken. So whatever's kept you apart, it's like this person's like struggling. Heartbreak, emotional pain, sorrow, grief, hurt. This also reminds me of years ago, I channeled a video and it was like, wasn't a live, it was just one of the recorded ones. And I remember it really clearly because, like, well, I was using my own sadness, but it was Christmas Eve or something. And it was just really depressing. it was just generally like, it was like all the other ones, but it felt even sadder because it was just like, I put in the title or something like, you're both missing each other. But I think because it was for Christmas Eve or something, it was even sadder. And there wasn't, and there was a lot of shit that year. It felt really heavy. But that's what it feels like. It feels like if this person can't get to you at Christmas, it's going to break their heart. But I feel like there's something I think with that coming out. I just put that back and it came out again. It's like it's too much. Look, death and rebirth, endings, change, transformation, transition. I'd say for a few people that connect with this, it's like again, and who doesn't want to make that the case? Oh yeah, it's early Christmas, it's New Year, but it's like because these I can channel way in the future, but I do feel for some people, and you would, and it's like like I said, you'll just see when it happens, and you better fucking let us know, but let me know, and then I can let other people know that it's like I feel this you just accepted that like this person's stuck and they're stuck or they've chosen that it's either or they've chosen that path, whatever it is. You don't know what the fuck the deal is, so you just let it go, and then it's like this person like bounces in, like if you don't mind, oh, you've been my star, I've completed a karmic cycle, the passion never died, but I know you're angry, let me romance you. There was a karmic group working against me. I know I'm saying it funny, but it's no funny. It's true. Um, I can't say it again with the same. Yeah, that's how that just came out. See? Oh my god, that shit, that's crazy. That's like this. Right, I'm not showing you my whole tree, but that is like the actual star on the top of my tree. I don't know why I'm being so private about my tree, but I am. It's my tree. I'm not showing you my tree, but I will show. I'll just show you right now. Look, the wee star. So I really need to get that phone case, don't I? But I don't know if you can see this, but there is a star that she is heading towards, right? You see the star faintly? Yeah. If I could just hold it straight, you can see it. Right? Not that weird, but look. Oh, and time's up. The alarm's gone off. We all know what a star on top of the tree looks like. Um, my dad just sent me a thing about the full moon. That's the boring shit about the moon. But anyway, I'll just read it. So there's December 4th. I didn't say that time. I just said yep. So let's hope he's not watching this. Not watching this. The December 4th supermoon is the last time we will see one like this until 2042. If the clouds stay clear, step outside and look up. It will hang low, look huge, and glow brighter than usual. What? Why is it? Well, that sounds like a load of shit. All right, whatever. I don't know what that's about. Right, so, but the problem is now, I want that for the thumbnail. We can never pull that card and not have it be the thumbnail. Could we just actually see what? Is anyone still here? I'm just fucking sitting, channeling away there. Barbie, sorry, I don't know if I said hi. I'm sure I did, but in case I didn't. Um, what affirmation is going to bring in 4K? Well, you've just said yourself. Start, like, see, for you to write it like that speaks volumes, Bex. You don't believe that you've got the power to manifest 4K. Anyone has. I manifested more than that overnight once. True story. I did. I just need to jump to that timeline where I done that. But the thing is, the problem is when you have got limiting beliefs yourself, and then if you've got others around you, this is why I'm passionate about, that karmic friends card. If you've got people around you that don't believe you, if you've got friends or family or both that don't feel you could do something like that, it'll be a fluke. Like, because that's basically, I'm not blaming other people, but that is just a fact. Like, I got like sitting, it was like, and that was a while ago, it was quite a while ago. So it's kind of like, I never worked out how to do that again, but I had a lot of different people around me at that time. So I feel the conditions are right for that again, provided I'm attracting the right people. But anyway, I can help you with stuff like that in a personal session. But literally write that. You need to program your subconscious, you know what I mean? You have got the ability to do that. But that's what it's really all about when you're open to miracles. Like, I don't want to go down you could win the lottery route, but you know what I mean? Like, you could get like a tax return or something, or um Ponzo effect. The hell's that? I know that when it's a supermoon, it always appears bigger in the sky, but I don't know why it's that. So I've not read it properly. I just sort of read it, but too much work. So I feel this masculine could be using work as an excuse. You tell yourself it's too much work, but really it's an excuse not to get involved. Getting crumbs. You deserve more than crumbs of affection. Wait for the one who adores you. So that's just an extra wee thing there, that it's like this masculine could be working hard and telling themselves this connection's too much work. And feminine, you've got to wait for the one who adores you. So that's quite a strong message coming in, that if this person shows up again and they're not acting like they adore you and that they've learned from their lessons and stuff, wait for the one who adores you, because they could be the one who adores you, but they might not be ready to treat you the way that you deserve. Action. Baby steps are still steps, and they're better than standing still. Right, I'm fucking done. That card is so the whole thingy about it's time to make a decision. And that's what my whole challenge is about. So if you've not seen me saying that, we're doing the Fuck It Let's Go free 5 day challenge um on the 15th to the 19th. So, and that's literally what the whole challenge is about, taking baby steps that can create huge momentum in your life. Because by the way, that's when I done that. When I made thousands of pounds literally overnight once, it was through me helping other people push through their stuff. Now, don't get me wrong, guys, I'm not expecting to make that kind of money. I'll be happy if I get a couple of bookings. Like, I've not got great expectations. Sometimes, the last few times I've done that, I've made fuck all. So believe me, if I fucking, the thing is, I was about to say, if I made money from it, you'd be hearing all about it. I don't know you necessarily would. I wouldn't lie, but like I wouldn't. That's what I've learned from it. It's nobody's fucking business. Like, do you know what I mean? You'd be able to tell anyway. If people are like, oh, I've just bought the such and such, people would be like, if it's tumbleweeds, it's like nobody bought in. Oh, that's quite funny. Um, and then look on the back, please don't worry, baby. Oh, look, that's like a little bit like that song. Please don't worry, baby. Everything's working out. Take your time to heal. That's the one I don't like reading out. So of course they make me find that one. What else? I look forward to our family together. I thought I was going to say future together. So that can just be you and them. It really depends on whatever the deal is there. That's a bit too intense to even go in it. Right, okay. So and stand up for yourself. You deserve to be respected. And mum says hang up. That's came up again. So it's going to be for someone. Um, Ponzo, it's something close to the horizon, and the way it lights, it's on the globe effect. It's like, all right, nice. You've explained it well enough for this. I've said this before. I'm just not interested in that stuff. I'm just saying, yep, back to my dad because I'm doing this and I'm busy. But because it's nice that it's his way of acknowledging the stuff about the moon. But I thought I'm not into astronomy and stuff. That might surprise people, but I find it a bit boring. Not the same to me as astrology. Although it is the same, it's not the same to me. Right. What's a soul retrieval that somebody could benefit from? I want that for the thumbnail. I think it's too much hassle. It's too much. Let's just get them. Let's see what comes out. I'm angry. I cause arguments and problems sometimes to be alone. I'm sorry I couldn't be what you needed me to be. I let people manipulate me into ghosting you. I'm sorry I couldn't be what you needed me. Then I'm sorry. I'm sorry I wasn't there when you needed me. I wanted to be, but I was afraid of letting you down. And now I want to take action towards making it right if you'll let me. I think I might use that. Look, that's quite nice. Yeah, that's nice actually. Where's one about a choice though? Whatever. I'll just decide when I'm watching it back. I'll just pick any of these just now. I'm sorry, maybe kind of cuts it. And I don't wanna say it's come on. So fucking annoying. I love that song, but I can't stop singing it. Right. Right, okay. So if you were going to book a personal session, this might be what some of you would get help with. I'm going to do 3 of these and I'm going to rush through this and I'm going to carry on with cancer. You do you. Stop trying to change people. That shit never works. So, quite frankly, I feel this is for one of the divine feminines where you need to surrender to what is going on. So, I feel unfortunately it might be a little bit like, very much like what I've channeled in this. Somebody has chose the karmic path, they've chose the soulmate, they've chose somebody else. You just have to get on with it. Sorry to say it so bluntly, but that's the path I've walked. That's the, I wouldn't say it like that to you, but stop trying to change people. That shit never works. You do, what can you do? You do just have to accept it. Right. So a second person, and you work on your own stuff, and that's what I would help you focus on your own stuff. So another person, I feel this is for a masculine. It's dark and you can't see a fucking thing. Get your head out your ass pronto. So hilarious, but basically very Gemini full moon blunt messages, five sun blunt messages too. I feel you are one of the masculines that are in this doom and gloom. That you know how you feel, you've made mistakes, you feel like you've chose wrong, whatever ways people want to put it, or some people might feel like they didn't choose wrong, but they're just sad about how it's ended up and now they want the feminine. However it all is, I feel that's a man out there that needs my help. So if you're that man's a few men. Book a session. And by the way, if anyone actually is resonating with this, like I've only got Tuesday through to Friday next week because I'm not working tomorrow because I'm doing this. So yeah. And also if we're doing the Claire Zooms Monday and Tuesday, that might actually rule out Monday and Tuesday too. So well it rules out Monday. I don't work Mondays with clients, but I'll be fine to work Tuesday night because that one's through. I just don't know if they're going to head. I think they are going to head because there's definitely people in the membership want to do it. It just depends. I need 4, so I know 2 people for definite right now want to do it. So if I get, but then 2 people in the live said yes. So I think that is going to head. So it is going to head if people in public want to. I think it is. I'll put a post up on Saturday, Sunday at the latest, but I don't really want to leave it till Sunday because that's just I need to prepare. Like, do you know what I mean? I need to know what I'm doing. Because if I'm not doing that, then I'll be doing a live stream. So, what's one more? You need a good fucking cry. Get the ugly cry on. Let that shit go. Your soul will thank you. I feel for whoever this is for, and this feels like quite a few people, this could be a rough weekend because we've got the full moon today. We'll still be in that full moon, super moon energy. It holds all the weight of this whole year, right? And especially if some people are in situations where you can't unfortunately have the closer conversation or you're stuck in a karmic whatever, or or there's a lot of people grieving, or it's just all the things. It can bring up grief about the people that have died that year, you know what I mean, or whether it's recent or ages ago, or it just brings up grief in general. But people just can find Christmas miserable, let's face it. Like, I'm one of those people, but it's like I'll make the most of enjoying it and shit like that. But Um, yeah, because Cancer Moon is depression and feelings, and I feel this is a very sensitive full moon. So I did the ugly crying this morning. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but also good because it's healthy, you know. So good to let it out. And if it hasn't hit people yet, trust me, I think it will this weekend because Cancer Moon. We don't need much reason to cry in a Cancer Moon. I'm just trying to think. Was that not when I said I was crying for hours? That doesn't seem that like that long ago. Nah, that was Pisces Moon. But to me, it just feels the same because my Pisces energy is in the fourth house. So yeah. Um. Okay, that's that bit. Didn't sleep, missed work, slept on and off 7 hours eventually. Every time I woke up, I felt this heavy sadness unless I was finally rested enough to then get up. Oh my god, that actually basically explains what I was feeling. That feels like collective energy. My good God, did it hit me? Yeah, that's the power of the moon as well. You know what I mean? Bring it. It's. I do feel that it's like even if you've had quite a heavy year, I just think like or a happy year. I meant to say happy, and I said heavy instead. But I think basically guys, the fact that like it's sorry to laugh, but it is kind of it's not funny, ha ha, but it's kind of funny that like I said in one of the videos, what is the word that screamed and jumped out at me the most this year when I've been doing this? The word was divorce. So was I surprised when I channeled all of that the other night? And they're like, no, I was not. Like that is literally all that has jumped out at me all year. I was binge watching a program called Divorce at one point. It's hilarious, by the way. I was watching a film called Divorce Party at the very start of the year. Like, well, sorry, at the end of last year. It was actually Christmas Day. I was watching the film. It'll last. Give it a year. It's called hilarious too. It's one of my favorites. But that film, if you've never seen it, they get married in a whirlwind and they find out 6 months they're not well suited. So I just think this is about lots of energies that I've got caught up with karmic illusions. So my year's been mixed, but better than most years. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Right, the year's not over. There's still some good stuff that could happen. So what do we need to know about the future of this connection? We've heard a lot from this group of men, but I've picked this up again. So what do we need to know about the future? We've saw about the past, and it all seems like quite a lot of shit stuff. So I'm understanding, I'm facing my truths, and I'm going within to become a better person. I know I have a purpose here, and I want to be able to work on that. That card screams this full moon and the energy with the nodes, because that is about your purpose, your destiny, and that's why they made me talk about what my calling is and my destiny. Like what I often do. It's not everybody's methods, but it's what they make me do. So it's kind of, and it helps people learn. My North Node in Gemini, I wasn't always doing it. I was doing live streams, but I was always knowing I was meant to be on here and I was dodging it. I was just staying small and doing the live stream on Facebook, which people loved. Like I've said to you, I've had people that I've worked with in all different places, all different ages, genders that have said to me, why did you stop doing that? I used to love watching you when I was sitting having my tea or like the kids were well, I didn't know I was your entertainment actually. Do you know what I mean? It's funny, like that was a younger female friend of mine once that never, I think now and again she said hi in the chat, but I didn't realise she was watching as much as what she was. And she had Pisces energy too, so that is kind of like secret squirrel kind of, you know what I mean? And then there was somebody else from my past as well, a friend that, not a friend now, but like, yeah, that you would never have thought she was watching. And yeah, there's quite a few. And then there was one of my guy pals actually I haven't seen for years, but like he, he said something really funny, and I was like, "What do you watch me?" And he was like, "Aye." Do you know what I mean? And now he was like, "Aye," and it was like the way he said it was like I think a few people do. I was like, "Oh fucking hell!" Do you know what I mean? So it's quite funny. Like you know what I mean? It kind of works that I just kind of I'm like, oh, I don't, I just whatever. I don't like think about it, and it's the same on here. I could have like 10,000 or something, and I'm like, oh, I don't know who's watching. I don't think it's anyone local. It just suits me. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, this masculine, like this masculine collective, they're being called to their purpose. The North Node in Pisces is stirring within them, and especially this square, like right now, is like I just feel a lot of people can't run away from their feelings and the what's pulling them. I want to reach out, but I don't know how. But has it been too long? Is it too late? Have I fucked it? A heart. Sometimes when I think of you, it hits me so hard just how badly I've messed it all up. Will you ever forgive me? That's kind of creepy that I was saying I fucked it and that came out. I'm sorry I couldn't be what you needed me to be. That's came out several times. Right, okay, we've heard enough from that. Where's the romantic where's all the love cards? Let's get these actually. Oh look, my sparkle fell down. Hope that's not literal meaning. If you've been here a while, you'll know why I wanted that pillow. Can't believe we're getting into that story. Um, but we've picked the sparkle back up. Right, so oh my god. Hello, this is giving. Hey, is this some of us that have got an eighth house full moon going on? A little naked cuddle? Sacred union, and it certainly looks like that. Honor and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. Okay, so some of the backs of these cards are pretty. Oh my god, there's another one. She's on her own though. Yeah, this is what I mean. I think they're telling me through the pictures. This is you right now. Like, oh my god, they're not coming. Fucking hell. Another year gone by. Another Christmas. Another New Year. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very. I mean, look at this. Right, I'll show you quickly. Look at what in the hell. I don't know what kind of experimental shit they're up to, but that one always cracks me up. Healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel the relationship being healed this very moment. So immature, but it's quite funny. Emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. Oh, we know. We know. We've just read. And that's why we've just had yours truly crystal clear visions clearing the way. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. So wherever there's resentment on both sides, you must let go of it. You might not be able to let go of it until you talk, though. You know what I mean? That might be the thing. Because it might be that there's hidden parts to the story you never knew. Oh, this deck will tell us. Need time to heal. Right now, I'm in a space where I need to focus on my healing and self love. This isn't about you, it's about me. Ouch, but that's come through in the cards. Have my kids. Oh, that came through in one of the cards too. I want to have a family with you. I know you'd be an amazing parent, and I dream of the day I can experience raising a family together. Obviously, that's not for everyone because not everyone's of childbearing age, not everyone wants children. I find that really sad about. I was saying that to my friend the other day. It's really sad how there's a whole generation of people that are, they're convinced they don't want children, and I think it's brainwashing. Anyway, sorry if you are that person and you think that's the case, but I think that the jury's out. Is that even your own thingy or? But anyway, so that's a whole other topic. Jealousy. I'm very jealous. I can barely stand it, and I'm leaving. I'm ready to leave a situation or mindset that has not served me and hindered my growth. That's come through in this. My fantasy. You're my fantasy. I have pictures and videos saved of you and use them for dot dot inspiration. I want you. You feel like home. Being with you reminds me of simpler times. You bring me so much happiness and peace. Yeah, so whatever this person's got caught up, it doesn't bring them happiness and peace, or the happiness and peace ran out wherever it was. It was short lived. Twin flame, and it's because they're not the twin flame. And I said that in this. I know it can seem that is just a harsh fact. Like you know what I mean? Like there could have been happiness with the soulmate, but the happiness ran out because it's not the twin flame. You activated my soul to find my true purpose, there it is again, and destiny in life. You helped me heal in ways no one else could. So that is sad because if the soulmate isn't, if for some people, where it will be for some, that the soulmate isn't like a big ogre, you know what I mean? I can't think of, there's loads of things, you know what I mean? But it's like, they're not the twin flame. and they couldn't help this person heal in the way that you could because you're the twin flame. Thank you for finding me again this time around. And I would add on, like, thank you for waiting on me. You know, it's like when I said the other day when I was on that live, when, you know, I've always loved the difference between sorry I'm late and thank you for waiting on me. Because not many people would. And that's when you know it's true twin flames, because it's the other half of your soul. I've said that the whole fucking time. And I never see anybody say it the way that I say it. I will never give up on him because he is the other half of my soul. So I'm not giving up on my inner divine masculine. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean like I've said what that means for me. The door's closed. The door was open. It was going to be a lot easier for him to talk to me. It's harder now. It's harder anyway. It's like, he's not got my number, but I was just like, but I think I know him well enough to know that he'll find a way. Yes. So if it's meant to be. Anyway, moving on. So what's the move? That actually says move. I'm not even kidding. Move. A long walk is good for the soul. Get outside and allow Mother Nature to lift your spirits. So somebody does need to get outside and move their energy, but that's quite funny. Right, so I'm going to end this bit. I'm just going to shuffle these and then I'm going to. I don't even need a pee because I didn't drink that much. Let's hope somebody's coming back after. My year. Oh yeah, I did read that bit. Guys, I'm just going to warn you right now. If people are depressed, you might know what you might know what you might just want to let me do the next one myself. I'm just going to be depressed as fuck. I can already tell. It's like it's building into that. It might surprise me and I might be happy, but this is why I just want to do these today, and then I can just crawl back. Well, I can't. I need to have a shower. I can't crawl back into my bed. I don't think that's. I need to have a bath. Right. Ooh, that feels fitting. Storm. Twin Flames in the Storm. I've been channeling that for years too. I mean, so's other people that get those downloads, but I have been saying that a long time. It's remember that's the song that I always associate when I see the word storm is that Ben Hay Now one that I done in one of these not that long ago. I can see storms on the horizon, and it's something about when you find out what I've done, you're going to strike me down with lightning, but that won't get in the way. Why did I gamble with my Queen of Hearts? Or something like that. So clearly, this person feels like there's something that's going to upset you. It's okay to feel it all. Cleanse, collapse of the old realignment. But I've said that in this too. It's a realignment. It's like when you see this is just drama. But like I said, it's the Gemini full moon, and Gemini is gossip. And I've said before, it annoys me that like Manorth Node in Gemini in the eighth house, it can seem like this is like drama and gossip that I'm sharing. It's not. It's like important healing transformative, like rebirth. It's everything to do with Scorpio. It's shedding light on the darkness and it helps people heal. It helps when I'm out here, it fucking saves people's lives. You know what I mean? I get enough emails about that over the years for people to say it saved my life. Last night a shaman saved my life. Do you know what I mean? It's like, but seriously, it's like people have, felt like they've had company and you know what I mean? And it's yeah, it's whatever else they get from it. But um when you rise above the drama, you signed up for this. If this was your story, you signed up for it. Both people signed up for it. And I feel you would know because I certainly know what I've been told over the years by my own guides and in personal readings. And it's all it's all happening, like it's all aligning, just not in the way that you think. And that's why I would say, like, that's why I don't mind doing these in public, and I don't mind doing personal readings, like on here when it's. But I always sort of say, I just give the advice that I wish, like loads of other people say, like this can happen whenever. It's past, present, or future. This could be like years off. Don't waste your life, like thinking it's going to happen next week just because it feels really exciting and even if the person's convinced, because the amount of times that seems like it too. Whether when it's general, I don't think you can. I'm not in the blame and shame anyway, but when it's general, so what if the person's excited and they're saying this person's coming really soon? It's that's your problem. Like this is really blunt, but you've got to use your own discernment. Like not everyone's going to explain it the way in which I am. That it's like, look, yeah, some of this can seem like it's about to happen right now, but I know it's not, because I've been doing this for years. But I also know it has happened to some people quite, not far off the timing. More the shorts than these bigger ones that I hear of anyway. But yeah, I've got a thing in my kitchen that says, miracles happen every day. You just never know. And the time, the quickening, the time speeding up, the ascension, and um, I can see how some things I've been told years ago are happening now. I can just feel it. And that's what I mean about like I like to feel like I'd have something a little bit different with my years of experience. Like I said, I've not really seen too many people out there that have been, that I've got. And if there is, I know there is people out there because I've connected with them in sessions, but I don't see them in the channels and stuff. But one day, never too late. Um, but it's kind of like that is the difference that we can give in it is we know a little bit better that it might seem like it's going to happen right away, and it's not. You've got to keep your head on. But it's kind of magical that sometimes it can, like this, like someone can just come out of the blue. But oh my god, this is so annoying. But what they're saying is, when someone comes out the blue, are they ready? Like someone could be putting on the ready. You've got to, if you're the divine feminine, you've got to be like, but are they just actually telling me what they think I want to hear? Like, but you'll know because if it's truly your twin flame, you'll know. So don't gaslight. You don't pretend. Like tune in and be like, you know, is this real? Okay, I'll trust that whoever needed to hear that. Emergence, celebrate. Oh, but something's, this is union energy. Celebrate. Sensuality, joy, right to enjoy, truly living. I feel for all the people that this is going to resonate with, I think this is going to be a bit of a mind blowing union where there's going to be big celebrations and big kind of end of the film, end of the movie, wow moments. But it's because you let the fuck go, and then there's Mary Magdalene and Jesus right at the end. You know I want that for the thumbnail now too, don't you? Divine blueprint, source, self embodiment, inspiration. You're ready. I knew it's whoever this was for, people are going to get it. It's like that's the kind of love. It's true love. It's two cups. It's twin flames. There's a lot of jealousy around it, more so than most. But you're ready because you've both walked through the fires now. So even if this guy didn't believe her in the past, he believes her now because he's went through it worse. Sorry, in a modern way, is that no like fucking for obvious reasons? Like I don't know I don't know the ins and outs of what went on with that pair, but we can only Jesus, that's quite funny the way that came out. So I don't think I want a wordy card. I think we'll just use them. No, maybe all of them. The wee pair are going out the shot. Right, I'm going to be honest, guys. I don't want to come back and do this other one, but I'm going to. Oh, it's out the shot again. No, there it is. It's there. I'm going to come back. So I'm just trying to work out, even if it's like 90 minutes, but we all know it won't be 90 minutes. It'll be 2 hours. I think it'll be 2 hours, but it is what it is. Right. Thank you if you sat through this. Like I said, it'll mean whatever it's meant to mean to whoever. And let's just see what we all have lost a shit ton of people at the start when I was talking about the mediumship anyways. They're lost. Right. Sleep well if you're not joining me for the rest of this. I hope I put some people to sleep because I believe when I talk for that long, that's what's about. I've actually no idea how long I've been on here. I could take a wee hazard, I guess, but I think it might be about 4 hours, but I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna go and do Cancer in the fourth house now, which is family, soul, family, feelings, sadness, depression. I more feel it's going to lean on the sadness, depression, the trauma kind of thing, but we'll just see. But yeah, thank you, Bex, and yes, um, I hope we all get through the weekend. Oh shit, guys, I've just realised something. That's hilarious. Oh my god, and I don't even fucking know where I've put them. I've just seen it's just popped up about the pick a pile. I put those cards. Right, I'll just do it now. I'll I'll do it now in this because it's the Gemini one. Um, will I do it at the end of this and tag it, or will I do a wee separate quick one just now? I'll do a wee separate quick one. I better because yeah, bit annoying, but right. See you in a minute.